But I think like that is probably good.
All right.
What's up, everybody? For the first time ever.
All right.
We're on video.
A little weird, a little more pressure, right?
Because we usually don't have that, So This is new.
We just look at each other.
Brand new. I mean,
and the time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't have a way to track the time. Oh, you have a clock on your...
Yeah, so I guess we could have
That's a really fancy clock. It has
expensive.
a lot of other things. Expensive clock, okay. Well, welcome to Adjacent Statements, everybody.
Welcome, everybody.
Our first ever video upload. And, let's introduce it.
I'm Isaac.
I'm Timothy.
And for our first video, we're actually both feeling a little under the weather.
Yeah. So my kids have all been sick. Just recently, they've got that cold, bug, gross, I don't know, whatever's going around. And, me and my wife have been unaffected. Well, I think late last night, before I was going to bed, I kind of felt it a little, and then I woke up at like 3 a.m. this morning. My throat's scratchy, my nose is running. It's pretty much a cold. I'm not really going to be too impacted by it, I don't think, today, but definitely my voice, Oh, you got notes. I should have done that.
I got notes. Today we're actually continuing the review for Lord of the Rings series.
It's our Lord of the Rings review series.
It's the Two Towers.
Part 1.
Part 1, yeah. If we do multiple parts, I think we might have to.
I don't know.
It's so long.
I'm just thinking because of how Fellowship went,
Yeah.
But I was also listening to that the other day, and I realized we did a lot of other talking before we actually got into the review part.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we covered a lot of subjects, a lot of topics.
Yeah, we kind of veered off. You want to do that?
We tend to veer anyways. Yeah.
Okay.
I know last time we said we hadn't watched it really. Since then, I have watched it a little bit. I've been trying to get through it, and I remembered how obscenely long it is.
I saw it. It was long, and my initial feeling before I watched it recently again was it was almost forgettable compared to Fellowship and
It's a bold stance.
Return of the King. And to be honest, I kind of still feel that way.
It's funny because Two Towers to me was always when I saw it in the theaters. So seeing it in the theaters, it was incredible. A lot of cool moments, a lot of whoa, wow, But I think when I'm watching it over and over again on the DVDs, like on the movie, or on the TV, I'm really going for Fellowship and Return of the King most of the time. Because I feel like most of Two Towers is pretty much getting everybody to Helm's Deep. Mm-hmm. Obviously Frodo and Sam are off, in another direction with Smeagol, Gollum.
So, really quick, if you haven't watched it, the Two Towers opens up with the whole Fellowship split up. Sam, Frodo off on their own.
Yeah. Frodo dipped, and Sam was like, "I'm not going without you, Mr. Frodo."
Merry and Pippin actually got captured by the orcs.
Right.
This point in the beginning of the film, or the end of Fellowship.
They did get got.
Legolas and Aragorn and Gimli, So I called them the troop on my notes.
Okay.
Just so I don't have to name all three. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I like that.
They are on their own mission to warn everybody pretty much that Saruman and Sauron are in cahoots.
Yeah, they're going to go run and tell that.
Yeah, and they're going to go start. They're going to start the war. So that's pretty much how the movie starts. Well, actually,
they're looking
flashback.
I have a flavor to add. They're actually looking for Merry and Pippin.
They are looking for Merry and Pippin.
And when they come across Éomer in Rohan,
Riders of Rohan.
The Riders of Rohan, Éomer is the captain. So they're like, we're looking for two hobbits. Gimli says they would have been children. Or no, Aragorn says they would have been children for your eyes. Then they say, we slaughtered Uruk-hai in the night, we piled the carcasses and burnt them, right? So they go over there and start rummaging through the corpse pile.
Well, yeah, they asked, is any survivors, and they're like, no. They said no.
Yeah, they didn't.
Look for your friends, but don't have hope.
Don't cling to hope,
yeah.
And then the famous helmet kick scene happens.
He broke his foot.
He broke his foot, yeah.
Yeah. Real scream.
It's become an internet meme.
Has it?
Well, I think probably because we've been talking about Lord of the Rings and I've been watching them more, like my Instagram is showing me Lord of the Rings type clips. So there's this one meme video people do, I guess, and I've seen it a couple times with different people. you have that new friend watching Lord of the Rings with you for the first time, and you can't wait to tell them ...
About
And it's and so they're all sitting there, and it shows the TV playing that scene coming up. And as soon as the scene happens and he kicks the helmet, it shows all of them crowded around the TV explaining why, he got hurt in real life. That wasn't an actor scream, that was a real scream. He really screamed because he broke his foot kicking a real actual metal helmet.
Another time an actor got hurt in real life is the Django.
Django?
Yeah.
Unchained?
When he
when they
broke
chained
the
him?
glass and Leonardo DiCaprio cut his hand.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He was
And
really
that's
bleeding.
a meme too, because then it has Leo kind of like looking over. I forgot. I think it was Django's or his character's face, but with the camera. And then it says Quentin Tarantino was like, like looking outside of the camera when he was recording, because he cut his hand in real life.
Right. Yeah.
Just in case you didn't know.
No, I put it together.
Yeah, similar.
That is.
But yeah,
that is very
so
similar.
they were sad. And
Yeah, it was a
as
bummer.
he was crying in agony and laying down and sad, and then they were pretty much starting to mourn, they see a little patch of grass that was laid upon.
Yeah. Well, Aragorn's super tracker skills kick in,
He starts tracking
magically deducing every. It reminds me of the
It
scene.
was a little too easy for me.
Well,
While I was watching it this time,
Yeah.
I was like, come on.
right.
I don't know why. I had a little bit more judgment with Two Towers coming into it than I've had with any of the other movies.
Maybe the anticipation of the review and we prepared,
Maybe.
I didn't prepare for Fellowship. I just watch it all the time.
Yeah.
But, and I agree with you, though, because it reminds me of that scene in Princess Bride where Humperdinck is analyzing the battlefield, and he's like, it was a mighty duel, and then he's like in the steps and taking the steps that they took, and kind of, it's like, okay, good job, you breaking it down. And there's multiple scenes of him just like, yes, I know exactly what happened by looking and seeing these things.
Yeah, it's very like Sherlock Holmesy.
Yeah, a little bit, right? And Aragorn there was, oh, okay. And then
they get into Fanghorn Forest.
Fanghorn, dope.
So
super amazing sequence there.
So this part, the troop is like, oh, Fanghorn Forest,
Yeah,
kind of wild.
it's tight.
Actually, then it goes back to the I guess the tracking. While Aragorn's tracking Pippin and Merry, like their steps, what they took, there was also this visual of what actually happened.
Yeah,
like playback.
cutting in clips of them, because they that orc that wanted to eat them or eat their legs, he's coming after them basically. And
So they get chased into the forest. An orc follows them, and an orc's about to pretty much stab him.
Yeah.
Treebeard wakes up, his
gets-
eyes, grabs him, kills the orc, and then thinks that the two hobbits are orcs too.
Let's not pass that too quickly. He grabs Merry and Pippin as he's stomping on the orc.
Oh, yeah.
One trunky foot just, and then he's squished, and that's it. And it was because that moment was so important to relieve the tension.
Yeah.
Because when they were being pursued, I mean, of course, people who hadn't read the books, perhaps in the theaters watching this, oh no, because at one point he gets over and he's like, go ahead, call for help.
Yeah.
He's a really dirty, gross, evil orc. I mean, they all are, I guess.
Yeah.
But he's especially menacing to
The
them.
orcs are a little pervy.
They're all kind of different, but they're all pretty gross.
Like, not sexually doing things, but the way they're acting to eat people, it seems a little
Like a
very
little
odd.
lustful,
It's
right?
a little predatory, yeah.
Yeah. Like a little lustful for the hunt. Yeah.
It was weird.
Well-
That one actually, this one portrayed it a little bit more than Fellowship, where I was like, man, these guys are really evil.
Yeah. Well,
These guys
yeah,
are
I mean,
really bad.
You look at how filthy, gross, and lustful for violence and wickedness they are, right? I kind of took that as hey, that's on purpose. I mean, the descriptions of orcs in the books confirms that too.
Right. And they stink.
Yeah, they're filthy.
Yeah.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
And they have that drink that they're feeding them to keep them going, and it's like a
Sludge.
describing it as a sludgy, burny, fiery drink that invigorates you in a really horrible way. I don't remember what I thought of it as a kid reading the book. The description really gripped me for some reason. But upon reflection now, I kind of see it as it was an energy drink of some kind. Really, no, we don't want to do that, but discreetly drink your unbranded energy drink. But yeah, so it's because energy drinks taste foul and they have a really familiar flavor. They don't taste like anything else, even when they try to taste like something
They have
else.
a distinct flavor
It's
to
like-
them. You,
right.
you know it's an energy
And
drink.
it's burning and kind of medicinal almost. I mean, I remember reading somewhere that they do that on purpose because it makes you feel like it works better.
Oh, interesting.
Like your brain is sort of like, oh, this is definitely strong stuff because it has a strong flavor.
Yeah.
You know, if it
But
just,
what about the caffeine?
if it tasted really good and easy, it wouldn't crack you as hard, maybe.
But what if it is strong?
Well, yeah, I mean that too. I'm saying both things
What
are
if
true.
it tastes strong and is strong?
Well, like for example, what makes people choose Red Bull over a different energy drink?
It gives you wings.
Oh, well, they actually aren't allowed to claim that anymore because the one guy who sued him and got like $11 million
fell?
or
He
something.
jumped or something?
No, he just said that like he never got
didn't
wings.
got wing-
Yeah,
Whoa.
because their whole ad campaign was like, it gives you wings, and they settled it. Or
I don't like
something.
that.
Yeah, but
I'm
not,
on Red Bull side.
Not to digress too much, right? But basically, you know, energy drinks taste foul. The Uruk-hai draught tastes foul, and that's that's where I got that from.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like a meth drink.
a meth
It's
drink.
it's like a sludgy meth drink because you said it invigorates them. It makes them feel, I don't know, ready for battle, ready for anything.
Probably kinda. I
like-
mean, I don't
like
think
bad stuff.
Well, that's what the Uruks were drinking to keep marching too. You know, they
Yeah.
were going like non-stop for days.
Yeah. So
that's
Where were we?
crazy. That's crazy. We're in Fanghorn.
okay, so
So the orc got smushed. We're talking about gross orcs. They're all gross. I was just pointing out that it relieves the tension of the scene because they've been pursued and they're like, it's a terrifying scene. And then the relief is when Treebeard just,
Treebeard, by the
Very
way,
quickly.
is an underrated character.
oh, Treebeard's the goat.
Treebeard is
Yeah.
great, funny. There were some funny lines. I even wrote some quotes from
Yeah.
Treebeard and Pippin. But at this point, Treebeard thinks that the two hobbits are orcs, and
Little orc.
they're they're trying to convince him. No, we're hobbits. We're halflings.
Shire folk.
Yeah,
We're
exactly. Shire-
halflings. He's
And
coming up
then
with as many synonyms as he can. He's got to know one of these.
Yeah. And then Treebeard says, "We'll let the White Wizard decide."
Oh yeah.
Takes him, drops him off, and then you see
because they think it's going to
exactly.
be Saruman.
They actually say Sauron, so everyone thinks it's Sauron.
Mm-hmm.
Treebeard drops him. You see the feet and a little bit of the white robe. It cuts to another scene.
Yeah.
Then
So
it
it's
cuts to-
definitely Saruman at that
So it's definitely Sauron, yeah. Then it cuts to Frodo and Sam. At this point, so in the beginning of the movie, are Frodo and Sam being led by Gollum yet?
point. No,
I don't
not at the beginning.
remember.
Whoa, you mean beginning of Two Towers?
Yes.
So they have the "we're not alone" moment,
Oh yes. So
Right.
they're being followed.
and they're like, I think Frodo already knows.
So
Sam wasn't really on it yet.
really quick, Frodo has a dream of Gandalf and the Balrog fighting, and again, he says, "Run, you fools!"
Yeah.
Throws him off. I hate that part. I don't
Oh,
like
yeah.
that. But he throws himself off.
Because he.
I didn't like
knew
it
what he was
then,
about to do.
but now it makes more sense to viewers
yeah.
and what what he had to do. They wake up. He was having a dream. They wake up. They're still scaling the mountain down from what was that place called when they escaped with the with the Balrog? It was the door.
Moria.
Moria.
Yeah.
They escaped. He's scaling down the mountain, and it's all foggy. They think they're like super far. Frodo falls, and he just lands on his feet. He's like, "Oh, found the bottom."
Oh yeah. Very very short drop.
Right.
Oh, because right before that, a box of salt fell out of Sam's pocket, and he had a panic attack.
A box of
grab it,
spice,
Mr.
yeah.
Frodo, grab it!
Yeah.
Yeah. And he grabbed it. He's like, "What is it? A little bit of home salt, seasoning from the Shire. It's the best salt in all the Shire."
Yeah.
Yeah. Can we talk about the Balrog fight though? Just that scene.
Does it happen yet?
It happens.
Well, it doesn't happen till we find out what happened later.
Well, yeah. When he says, "Oh, you want to wait till then." All right, yeah,
Up to
yeah.
you.
We'll wait till,
Up to
no.
you.
Wait till then. Let's keep going.
Okay, all right,
Okay,
all right.
so yeah, so at they get the bottom of the rope, and then the cool little moment where the rope unties itself. Says, "Oh, you're not going to get that loose. It's one of my knots." Frodo's just like, "Dook," and then it just unravels itself harmlessly and falls all the way
It's
down.
just like Elvish rope. Huh?
Frodo's like, "Real elvish rope."
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. So yeah, they're getting tracked by Gollum because he's after that ring.
Gollum.
Yeah, for sure.
Gollum.
That was
and
good.
He's starting to this movie was the one where they appeared in the Oscars. of Gollum doing his like going back and forth of Gollum Smeagol.
Oh yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
if you remember that.
Yeah,
scene.
because he was. He kind of like has a moment where he's talking to himself, kind of.
So I said it last movie review of Fellowship, but it was Two Towers that like really blew them up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or blew up Smeagol. And
Well,
Gollum.
yeah, Andy Serkis' performance really, it took on a new level. So then they realize they're being followed. Frodo kind of figured it out. They both have a plan. I think at one point they're sleeping, right? And he's creeping up, and he's like, "They stole it from us." You know,
Yeah.
He pounces them, but they're ready. So they whip off the cloaks and they fight him. You know, they manage to put him down.
They capture him.
They tie him up with the rope. Frodo threatens him with Sting. He knows who he is. And, long story short, they make him lead them to Mordor.
To the Black Gate.
To the Black Gate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is the front gate of Mordor.
Exactly, yeah. Mordor's
So-
front door.
Gollum knows how to get there. They're
Yeah.
going to make him lead them to
Yeah.
there. And then I guess after that,
Well, we get some scenes of Saruman preparing Isengard, right? So
the
Saruman
Black
has
Riders
taken...
call for the precious and Frodo call. No, this is later. This
That's
is, okay,
way later.
Yeah,
No.
yeah,
Next
yeah,
up, they're
yeah.
showing you. So you see,
Yeah.
you see this sequence where Saruman is basically industrializing Isengard. It's going from this beautiful forest-embedded sanctuary with a tower in the middle and beautiful kept grounds.
They're chopping down
Dude,
trees.
he's dug it all out. There's open pits. They're using they're forging stuff. They're burning all the trees. And then Saruman's saying his expectations for the army to be armed, and his chief armorer is like, "No, it can't be done, my lord. We don't have enough." And he's like, block the dam. The Fanghorn Forest lies on our doorstep. Burn it.
Yeah.
And then the orc's like, "Yes." And so then they start tearing out the trees at Fanghorn,
Right.
which will be important later.
South is like the southern trees of Fanghorn.
I think, yeah, probably.
So, what else happens after that?
We get. I mean, we kind of like mix it all up, but that's pretty
Yeah.
much where we're at, I think.
So, bless you.
Excuse me. Thank you.
Gollum is leading Frodo and Sam to the marshes. They have to go through the
Right,
marshes.
Through the marshes.
And marshes are like this swampy area where in the water there's are they souls? Are they people?
It's like it's the remains of the people. So Gollum tells him that a great battle happened there, and these are all the dead bodies, basically, right? And it's interesting because you see the bodies just below the surface of the
Yeah.
water, but then Frodo has a moment where he like tweaks out and falls in.
He's like getting hypnotized by just looking at them.
Yeah.
And he
And then the
slowly
eyes
falls
open,
in.
and,
yeah.
and then they even see, and they're yelling at him, "Frodo!"
And
then
it's so deep.
he goes straight
Because
in.
they're like
Yeah.
walking right around there,
Way.
but this is so deep.
And there's no body, but rather there's like spirits that
Yeah.
kind of reach up and try to get him.
Yeah.
And then Gollum snatches him up out of the water.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure, but I just had a thought that I wonder if this is the location of the Battle of the Five Armies from The Hobbit.
Oh, maybe.
Or maybe it was like the ancient battle that they showed you at the beginning of Fellowship, where Isildur ends up cutting the ring off of Sauron's finger.
I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. I need to blow my nose. Sorry, everybody. Sorry.
So while this is happening, Gollum saves him, and then Frodo looks at Gollum and starts to relate to him a little bit.
Well, yeah, I
and
think
this-
he
this
sees
mo-
how like it's what the ring is doing to him. Oh,
Yeah.
Thank you.
a
Appreciate
little tissue.
you.
Yeah. So he saw how Gollum turned from the ring, but
Yeah.
there's also this, like, he sees himself in him, but he's also trying to give him a chance because he also wants a chance to be given to him.
Yeah. Well, and
He-
plus what Gandalf said to him in Fellowship, like Bilbo pitied him. It was pity that stayed Bilbo's hand. Because remember, Frodo's thinking at that time, oh, it would have been better for Gollum to just be killed. Like if only Gollum had died, all this would be okay somehow. And I'm paraphrasing. That's the idea. Like,
I don't remember, but
Bilbo
explain-
counsels him.
Bilbo pitied who?
He pitied Gollum.
Oh,
Bilbo didn't, because
gotcha.
Gandalf
Okay.
is like schooling Frodo, because Frodo's making some comments about Gollum, and Gandalf's always like, he's been following us since da-da-da.
Yeah.
Like Gandalf's the first one who's like, I know,
Right,
he's like following us. So, Frodo's saying like it's a pity he didn't kill him when he had the chance.
Yeah.
Gandalf said it was pity that stayed Bilbo's hand.
Right.
And then Frodo, I think, feels that pity for Gollum because he sees how much the ring has destroyed him. And he knows, like, he tells him later on, you know, you were not so different from a hobbit once.
Yeah.
Because he knows, like, he's one of the river folk.
Right.
You know, what was the name?
Took.
Not Took. I don't know. It starts with a C, I think. But then he calls him his name. He calls him Smeagol. And then Gollum seems to have a moment where he realizes, oh yeah, that was my name.
Stoor.
A Stoor, yeah, he was a Stoor. But he calls him like a river folk, so I guess they probably lived on the river.
Right.
But yeah, so when he calls him Smeagol, Gollum starts going, oh.
When Frodo calls him Smeagol.
Yeah.
He's like, that name.
It like hits him in the
me
heart.
That name before, yeah.
Yeah. And it's a really powerful moment for him.
Because it's showing, like, well, in our terms, it's showing somebody that they're still human, like there's still humanity within them. It's not treating them as trash. It's not treating them as a creature.
Yeah.
Hey, you're a person.
Right, yeah, exactly. Well, because up until then, he was Gollum, right? Because he had this like psychotic break because of the ring.
Yeah.
And, you know, then that scene that Circus got an award for, it's Gollum and Smeagol, camera back and forth,
right.
and they're talking to each other. And Smeagol has his own distinct manner of speech and personality, and Gollum likewise. Gollum points out that it was because of him that they survived.
Yeah.
And it was because of him, you know, etc. And then Smeagol's like, well, not anymore. Master takes care of us now.
Yeah.
And he tells him to go away and never come back. Leave and never come back.
Right, and he says it 3 times.
3 times.
That was actually that kind of stayed with me too, because he was possessed, right?
Well, yeah,
He
pretty
almost
much,
rebukes Gollum.
Oh, I see what you did there. Yeah, I can see that.
But no, it didn't feel like a Christian vibe. It was just more like, well, maybe it was.
We're in the realm of that.
Master, like, he was possessed by another thing. His personality
and he
was
has
split,
a new master to take care
and
of
it
him.
rebuked him.
So he doesn't have to do Gollum's bidding anymore.
Right.
Because Smeagol it's still Smeagol. Like, there is
Right.
no Gollum. Gollum
Right.
is like a fragmented, fictional. Gollum is a construct.
Right.
But Smeagol it's been Smeagol the whole time. And that moment he was like, it's like kind of like when you realize you're not a slave to sin.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to.
Yeah.
You start making conscious decisions to not sin or do sinful things. And yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, it's a very similar concept. I think that's in there.
Yeah.
I don't think that's by accident.
It was interesting.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yeah.
It was a cool moment.
And what happens after that?
Well, before that, actually, we skipped the Balrog fight.
Battle of what?
The Balrog fight.
The Balrog fight. Okay. Wait. Actually, so while this is happening, the troop, Legolas, Aragorn, and Gimli, they
Jambalaya.
they run into the Fanghorn Forest.
They sure do.
They followed the hobbits, and Orlando Bloom, with his elvish ears and senses,
he can hear.
He can hear the trees kind of whispering and moving around.
Yeah.
And actually all of them hear, and they start grunting at them. And Gimli's over there with his axe already pulled, and Aragorn's like, put your axe down, man. Yeah.
Chill.
He's like, oh, okay.
He realizes, oh yeah, of course.
And then the trees kind of calm down, and Legolas is kind of leading them through the forest, and there was a moment where it was actually pretty interesting that the elves taught the trees how to speak.
Yeah, taught them how to talk.
Yeah.
And made them big.
Woke them up, yeah, exactly.
Woke them up.
I wonder how.
Elvish magic.
Yeah, I guess that's just the easiest answer.
That's probably the truest answer too. I mean,
it's the truest
magic.
answer, but
you want to know the mechanism of the
process,
magic,
right? Yeah. It's
so
not
how
just
did you
elves.
animate the trees, bro?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure it was a lengthy process. I mean, how do you make a tree come to life and talk? I don't know, man.
Right. And then he senses the White Wizard for some reason. Like, it's really weird.
He said the White Wizard draws near. Yeah.
How did he sense it?
He probably saw him.
No, they didn't see him at this point.
But I'm saying he probably saw a glimpse of him in the distance.
Do elves can see
super far?
Okay.
Remember, Legolas, what do your elf eyes see?
Oh, yeah.
He had to be racist and everything.
But they loved each other. Actually, this is also another important part. At this point, the troop was also very close to each other. So, rewind, when the riders of Rohan meet the troop, they kind of surround them and question them, like, are you guys spies of Saruman?
Yeah.
And they said, no, we're no spies.
Yeah.
And Gimli kind of steps up to him. What was his name?
Give Éomer.
Éomer.
Yeah. So give me your name, horse master, and I shall give you mine.
And then he says, I'd swing at your head, but you're too low, or something like that. Yeah.
If only you stood higher from the ground.
So it's a short joke.
Yeah.
And Legolas quickly draws his bow.
He's
and he
in
says,
his face with the heat.
you
almost
died before you
immediately.
even,
You would die before your stroke fell.
Which elves and dwarves were enemies.
Hate each other.
They bumped heads, and then now there's this close,
All of a sudden, they're homied up. Yeah.
That was great.
That was a cool moment. I'm glad they showed it. You know, I mean, that's obviously what happened too.
Right.
But it is a cool thing that happened.
It was cool.
Because elves and dwarves don't regard each other.
Right.
Elrond was being cordial with Gimli, but he was really like, oh, these
They look down on him.
people are here.
Yeah.
He was like wringing his hands the whole time.
Yeah, because the elves are this prestigious class,
Very classy.
very clean,
High up.
very white garb.
Trees,
and
sky.
Dwarves are big beards,
Underground,
underground
in the dirt.
miners. Yeah, exactly.
They're miners. They're mining.
Drinking beers.
Drinking beers
Or is
instead
it
of
beer
wine.
or is it ale?
Ale is a kind of beer.
Okay.
I think beer is the big word, and then there's ale and stout, lager. Yeah.
Yeah. I guess so.
So yeah, dwarves
they could all be
dwarves
beer.
drink beer, elves drink wine, and dwarves
that's
like
pretty much what
underground,
it is,
elves
yeah.
like to be outside.
Yeah.
Oh, they're so different.
So that was a cool moment.
Yeah, it was neat.
Now, fast forward, play.
Balrog fight. I don't care what part of the movie we're in.
The troop, the White Wizard draws near. The White Wizard is like charging at them with a big blinding light or a bright blinding light behind him.
Remember the preparation. Aragorn's like, don't let him speak. Aragorn says, don't let him speak. He's going to put a spell on us, right?
Exactly.
And then they go, now. And then they, whooah! But then he's there. He blinds them.
So they throw, like, he
Gimli
shoots an
threw his
arrow.
axe.
Oh, yeah, he threw his axe. Yeah,
He threw his axe.
And then the light just blocked all of it.
Oh, yeah. He blew up the axe and he deflected the arrow. And then he heated up Aragorn's sword. He had to drop it.
Oh, yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Got like super hot. He's like, ah. Like he just used like 3 different D&D spells in sequence. So one of them was definitely a cantrip.
He talks to him. I forgot exactly what he says. He's like,
he said they ran the hobbits.
He's like, you're looking for 2 hobbits. They ran through here earlier.
They ran into someone they did not expect. Does that comfort you?
Yeah, exactly.
And his voice is sounding very Saruman-like.
Right.
But it's also ambiguous.
Right. You still don't know. It's still blinding light. And then Aragorn actually hears it though. He starts questioning who is this White Wizard. Doesn't sound like Saruman. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I don't know exactly what happened, but I guess they figured out his light dims. Mm-hmm. Maybe Aragorn
yells, "Show yourself."
Yeah,
He's
exactly.
He has to show himself.
And his light dims, and it's just Gandalf, the white now.
Yeah.
So,
but he doesn't seem to
remember
know who he is.
He doesn't remember, and then Aragorn's like, Gandalf, and he's like,
Gandalf.
That is what they used to call me.
He acts like it's been hundreds of years.
It was like 2 days ago, according to the troop.
Well, when he explains it to him, he says that I smote the Balrog's ruin on the mountainside.
So now we're Gandalf versus Balrog because they say what happened.
Right. So he's retelling it basically, and you see the scene. Fly, you fools! And he flies off the edge of the bridge and down. Only now you see why he flings himself off. Because he's going after the Balrog.
Yeah.
So when he dives off the edge to the best of his ability, his sword, you see him like reaching and he grabs it, like he's falling straight down. He grabs a sword.
The Balrog and Gandalf are falling, they're fighting as they're falling.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. He like zooms in, he's sworn, like, what is it? He speeds up and he goes straight for him with the sword and then he's, and they're fighting. At one point, he's fighting him on the mountaintop and reaches up to the sky and the blade gets like shot by lightning.
Very Thorish.
He charges it up. And then he stabs the Balrog and the Balrog's like, no, that was too much. And he falls down and just collapses on the side of the snowy mountain. And then
Gandalf was also collapsed.
Yeah, he was
on
done.
The top of the mountain, he fell a little distance, but he said that was it.
Yeah, he spent like all of his energy killing the Balrog, and then he died too, or something like that. So then it shows him, and he's like clearly naked. It just shows him from like the shoulders up.
Well, it zooms in on his eye,
and it shows,
and then he's like light speeding through space. Almost like going home.
Well, because he and then I felt life in me again.
Right.
And so,
But then he says he was sent back.
And then he's zooming, like back to Middle Earth.
Right. So I got that he went back home because he's a star or
he's
whatever.
a
Maiar. And then he got sent back until his mission is complete.
Yeah, exactly. And he tells him as much.
Yeah.
And to peel back the curtain a little bit, so Gandalf is a Maiar, which is sort of an angelic type being in the world of Middle Earth, Lord of the Rings. And so when he died, he went back to his origin. He was a Maiar again. He was, brought back to life and sent back to Middle Earth by a LOTR, which is the deity of the world. God, basically, in Tolkien's fantasy world. And he gets sent back to go and finish his task, which was to help the good guys win.
Died as Gandalf the Grey, which is a lower tier from Saruman the White.
Yeah, he got an upgrade. He leveled up.
He turned into Gandalf the White, which I don't understand. You died. How'd you level up? You should.
Why did it happen like that?
It doesn't make sense, right? Like
he killed a Balrog, dude. He got an insane amount of experience.
I guess so. That is a lot of XP.
You know how much XP a Balrog is?
I guess you're right.
Yeah, he killed a Balrog. He soloed it.
He did solo,
so he got the whole thing. Yeah, but
he died. He has to go back to the first checkpoint.
Maybe he had, maybe he had a resurrection item or something.
Maybe
he had like a fairy in a bottle.
On 1 HP.
Brought it back.
He didn't die. He was on 1 HP.
Exactly.
And he probably relinquished it to go home.
Super critical condition.
Exactly. Yeah.
He paid gold.
And then he came back.
He just sacrificed all of his gold. He left his equipment there. That's why he has new stuff. He has new gear.
So he comes back as Gandalf the White.
Gandalf the White.
And he even says so to the troop. He's like, Gandalf. They used to call me Gandalf the Gray.
Yeah, that's what they
but
used
now
to
I'm
call
Gandalf the White. And everyone's like, whoa.
Yeah. And he's like, I come back to you now at the turn of the tide.
Yeah. So
it's about to get real.
Right. This is going to help change the tide.
One might even say it might help turn it to a different direction. It'll go that way instead.
What else? And then...
So at this point, they
Gandalf
make their way to
joins the
Rohan,
troop.
right?
Yeah.
He calls Shadowfax.
He calls Shadowfax, which is a...
Maras,
yeah. You're really good at remembering all these names.
I don't know why.
It's hard for me. I had to write it all down.
I'm an English major.
Yeah.
Words just stick. Numbers don't, though. I forget numbers and times and dates and stuff like that.
Do you know 2?
I learned that one. I remember that one.
How about 3?
Sesame Street 3. I got you there.
Sesame.
Okay. All right, Sesame Street. Did I say Sesame?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm working.
Sesame Street is the sassy version of it. Like, this is number 3.
Oh, please. This is number 3.
Oh, no. Sesame Street.
Sesame Street. No, it's the phlegm in my throat. It's like burning in the top, and it's making me talk weird. I can't help it.
Do we got to take a break?
No, we're
okay.
good. Sesame Street now killed me. So anyway, Shadowfax is a Maras,
which is Lord of all horses.
Exactly.
I don't understand that. What
out
does
of
that
all
mean?
out of all the horses, he's like the best, basically.
Right. Which is sick.
So also
beautiful white horse that just so Gandalf whistles.
Oh yeah, that cool whistle.
And then it goes throughout the whole canyon, and then
Ian McKellen
Shadowfax
took
comes
2 months to learn that.
Slow-mo. The horse is awesome shot.
Super epic. Galloping in from far away.
Any other movie, this would have been a waste of time.
100%.
Just to slow-mo the horse coming up to Gandalf.
Yeah.
But it was awesome. It was a great shot.
Well, because they're like, how are we going to get to Rohan? Like, we just left there days ago.
Yeah.
It's like, we got to get there quick.
Yeah.
It's like, well, how are we going to do that?
The quickest horse.
I got it. Yeah. And, well, they had horses too, right?
Yeah.
Or did they, no, they took off, maybe.
No,
they left them outside the forest.
They left them outside the forest.
they
The
were
riders
above
of
it.
Rohan gave them horses.
Yeah. They got the two fallen riders.
All right, so at 1:15 in the movie,
okay,
the troop heads to Rohan.
Down to the time.
This is where my notes stopped for like
a hot minute.
A middle part. I
Okay.
had things to do, so I was like, all right, I'm in listen mode.
Oh, okay.
So you're gonna have to take over this whole thing pretty much, and I'm gonna add on what I remember. All right. Bless you. God bless you.
I'm so sorry. Sorry, everybody. Better out than in, right? Okay. Let's see if I can remember. So they make their way back to Rohan. Well, firstly, as they're entering, a really cool scene happens. We get an interior shot, and Éowyn, which is Éomer's sister,
which is the
Theoden's
king's
niece.
Oh, it's the niece.
Or I think she's
not daughter.
No.
Niece.
She's not the daughter.
Okay.
I think she's the niece.
And
she's family, but she's not the daughter.
Theoden is the king.
Theoden's the king of Rohan. Yeah. So Éowyn's brother just was killed recently. Part of what happened previously, Éomer and the riders of Rohan stumbled upon a battlefield where a lot of their soldiers were killed because they were fighting orcs and invaders from Saruman's armies. So they find the king's son. What was the king's son's name? I'm good with names, and I forgot that one. Thangel, son of Theoden. So they find him, and he's among the dead, but he's alive. They bring him back, and the king's like poisoned and crippled and like totally like mind controlled by Grima. By Saruman, but Grima's like doing Saruman's bidding. I don't know if we talked about him last when we reviewed Fellowship, but Grima, he's like the king's aide. So
yeah.
He's like the king's helper guy, right? He's his assistant, does his day-to-day, he's his advisor.
But he's like a hunched over. He wears black. He's like
a
black
sniveling,
mouth.
like Weasley evil. He's so evil looking. Like if you were trying to, hey, okay, kids, pause the movie. Who's evil? Like, well, he's definitely evil just by looking.
Right.
At him.
He's a human, but looks like he has orc characteristics. Right.
Yeah.
Black mouth,
his
dark
face
hair,
is pallid skin,
very pale,
looking super creepy.
Right.
And oily, just slicked like.
Yeah. And just hunched over the king, whispering in his ear. So he's his advisor, and the king is also very sick. Almost looks poisoned.
Yeah, he looks like he's infected with something. His eyes are sunken in, like clearly under some sort of possession or control.
Right.
So Grima was corrupted by Saruman, and Saruman has cursed Theoden. And so Saruman's really like controlling Theoden like a puppet and using Grima to carry out the bidding and the orders, etc. He's like taking his strength from him, you know? So they get there, and Éowyn is in Thangel's bedchamber, and she's weeping over his body because he's dead. So, and she like previously told the king, will you not come to him, right?
The king doesn't care. He's
like,
possessed.
Yeah, he's whatever.
Yeah, it's very, like, almost like aged 50 years.
Like a lot more than that even.
Yeah,
probably,
exactly.
Yeah. And like, it's like a curse. He's cursed.
He's cursed, yeah.
So Wormtongue, Grima, he comes in. His nickname is Wormtongue, I guess. Grima Wormtongue. Or maybe it's his last name. I don't know. Either way, he comes in all creeping over Éowyn, and he says all this creepy, vile stuff to her. He basically like...
He's also very predatory towards her, too.
He's like gaslighting her so hard.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you know. She's like, leave me alone. He goes, oh, but you are alone, you know? Like, he's just so evil.
Yeah.
And he starts talking to her in this almost evil poetry that basically she's like staring him in the face, and she's like, you know, like a battle of wills almost.
Right.
Like he's trying to corrupt and hypnotize her. And she's like, your words are poison. And then storms off, and then the fanfare kicks up a little, like she won a small victory over him.
Right.
Like, good for you, Éowyn,
yeah.
you know? And then she goes outside to like what's effectively the front porch of the castle, and a banner is waving in the wind. And the wind is so strong, it rips the banner and tears it away.
And it's just floating away into the distance, and she like looks at the banner. And
she looks longingly as the banner,
and
you know.
The banner actually goes... it leads her eyes to where the troop is coming.
Yeah, like the gate, right?
And
And they ride up, and Aragorn sees it landing on the ground next to him. He's like, looking down.
What was the significance of that? Was that like it's falling, like Rohan is falling?
Okay, yes, and also...
Curtain.
That was not supposed to happen.
Oh,
the banner ripped away. The wind was really that gnarly.
Another kick in the helmet type thing.
Exactly. They kicked the helmet in that scene. Okay. The banner rips off, and the wind carries it, and they had the other shot already set up. So Aragorn looking at it, that was Viggo Mortensen probably going, I wonder if that was supposed to happen.
Pretty cool.
And it kind of looks like it on his face a little too.
The wind takes it into the shot.
Exact right location. Like, it was pretty perfect.
Yeah.
And then they ride in, you know?
So this also goes into New Zealand, like the location played a huge part in the movie. It's its own character too.
Massive. Yeah.
So even just that, the wind, the landscape, all of it.
New Zealand was in that shot.
It was in that shot. Played its character good.
It really did well.
Yeah.
So they ride up, they meet up, and as they're approaching the castle, the troop, if you will, is debriefed by the captain of the guard or whatever his name is. I do forget that guy's name. I think it might be Hama. No, Hasufel. Yeah, because Hama is his son, and you see him later. Anyways, so he comes up, and he's like, I cannot let you before Theoden King so armed, Master Gandalf's Greyhane, you know, and Gandalf looks at the boys, and he's like, all right, give them up. So everybody gives up their weapons.
And they're like
they've got
unloading.
They got a ton of it. You know, pulling the ankle holster and like all the, you know, here you go.
And then he's like, and the staff too.
And he's like, oh, you wouldn't part an old man from his walking stick.
So now Gandalf is acting.
And the guy's like,
so Gandalf has a gray cloak.
Yeah, over his white. Yeah.
Over his white, and he's like,
wearing gray face.
All right, he's wearing gray face. So he's like, you wouldn't part an old man with his walking stick, and he starts walking like
he acts like
older.
he's crippled, like oh, I need it, you know.
They enter.
Yeah, they enter, and as soon as they walk up, you know, like Gandalf is talking smack to Theoden. He's like the what is it? The hospitality of your hall is lessened as of late, and then immediately Grima's up front to greet them, like and then he goes, I told you to take the wizard's staff, and he like starts hanging back, and the next thing you know, like the troop. Legolas and Gimli and Aragorn are all just like backhanding. And
well, yeah, so they get surrounded by some of
all the guards try to jump them, and they're just like fist
fighting these guys that have swords and weapons.
Gandalf doesn't break stride a bit. He's walking up nice and slow, and his like entourage is just beating all the paparazzi.
And
off,
Grima starts talking to him, and he's like, "Shut up! Don't talk to me."
Yeah, it's like keep your forked tongue behind your teeth.
Forked tongue, yeah. And then he does, like he just listens to him.
He shuts up,
and then he goes to Theoden and just kind of does an exorcism.
Pretty much, yeah. Well, at first he does like the easy mode. He's like, I release you. And then Theoden, as Saruman as Theoden, is like, he has that like really gross laugh, you know? You have no power here, Gandalf Stormcrow, you know?
Yeah.
And, or Gandalf the Grey, you know? And, so Gandalf turns it up.
Yeah, he takes off his cloak and he's like, Gandalf the Light. Yeah.
You know, the blinding light happens and he's like, ah! It's like frying him almost, like he's a vampire in the light. It was comical. That's what I'm getting at. I remember in the theaters, it felt really intense and like what's gonna, you know, but upon reflection, it's like, yeah, it's pretty hilarious. Or maybe it's my acting of Theoden, possessed Theoden.
Yeah. So he starts doing his white wizard magic and gets him exercised, I guess.
Well, yeah, and then he gestures with the staff at the end. He's like, bah! Yeah. And then you cut to Saruman in Orthanc, and he's clearly looking over the Palantir when he's doing this. Yeah. And then he gets, bah! And he gets knocked back. And then, boom, you know?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, Eowyn runs over to Theoden, like, oh, you know.
Right.
And then the curse, like,
he starts clearing up. His skin starts clearing up. He gets some color again.
Yeah. He was like using a good skincare routine.
And what was his name?
Theoden?
No, the forked tongue.
Grima.
He notices that the curse is no longer there.
Yeah, he starts trying to bail.
He starts trying to run, and Theoden immediately goes to kill him.
Well, don't forget, they give him his sword. He's like, maybe your fingers would remember their old strength, right? So they offer him his sword, and he takes the sword. And after he pulls the sword, he does seem to stand up a little stronger.
Yeah.
Then he's like, oh, yeah, that's right, I'm a king.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
And so then, the next thing, he's like literally kicking him over, like out the stairs, you know?
Yeah, he's kicking his butt, like down the stairs. He's falling and tumbling.
Yeah.
And he goes to strike him.
Yeah.
And Aragorn saves him. I don't know why.
The whole kingdom watches.
The whole kingdom watches and wants it to happen.
They don't.
Oh, they don't want it.
Imagine this. Your king has been like a total ghost for however long, right?
Yeah.
And everyone's in turmoil and despair. They know the king's like corrupted. Like everybody knows the king is possessed, but they're just trying to deal with it. And the next thing you see is this same king, you don't know that he's been liberated yet.
Oh,
so you're watching this, you're thinking this cursed, corrupted king, like he comes out.
Now he's going to start killing people.
But also, even still, let's say that wasn't the case. For a king to openly execute someone without doing justice or trial, even though everyone's like, clearly he's evil, kill him. For a king to not be impartial would be like Pontius Pilate just saying, okay, crucify him.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pilate, even so, I'm not sorry to bring it there. It just hit me. Like, the crowd is yelling, crucify, kill Jesus, crucify him, you know? And Pilate's like, I don't see any guilt in this man.
What did he do?
He's not, that's not, he's literally opposing the will of the crowd. He's like, no, you can't just yell for him to die. That's not fair. It's not justice. But they're so intense that he's like, you know what?
Due to political pressure.
I'll wash my hands of this.
Yeah.
You guys are on your own. Like, he steps back and literally, like, the washing of the hands indicates I take no responsibility
but
for what's happening. But yes,
does he share some guilt? I think
so. Yeah, for sure. But I'm just saying that's why they did that custom, right? So he's
exactly.
effectively saying, "Nah, this is not me."
Yeah.
So I see a similar thing, you know?
Right. Aragorn stops him.
He's like, no, don't do that, man. That's not cool.
Which
he said, your whole king or your people are watching,
right?
And it's a bunch of kids and women,
right?
You know.
Which is Aragorn the heir to Numenor.
Mm-hmm.
And Numenor is the other place. Well, maybe we'll get there later.
Yeah, that's way later.
Right.
That's like Return of the King stuff.
Okay.
I mean, it comes up in Two Towers a little bit.
Yeah.
So Theoden's, counseled by Aragorn slightly. They hey, don't murder this guy out here on the steps.
But I have a feeling like Aragorn is giving him advice, like kingly advice.
Yeah.
But Theoden's almost like, come on, like you left that a long time ago.
Well, actually, so that's what's happening when they're trying to figure out what to do.
Yeah.
Because they're like, obviously he's been in like a stupor. Theoden's been like sort of like, for a while. And so they're basically catching him up. Like, dude, the orcs are running rampant. Saruman has betrayed us. We're in trouble, bro. Sauron is returned. He's gathering his armies. It's getting really heavy. We need to go out and
riling him up to
they want to go out and fight.
Yeah,
like, dude, head out, get your troops. Let's go fight the bad guys.
Yeah.
And so Aragorn, he says, Theoden says, I would not risk open war. And Aragorn says, whether you acknowledge it or not, open war is upon you.
Yeah.
And then he hits him back. Like last time I checked, Theoden was king of Rohan, not Aragorn.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now I don't know if he was acknowledging that Aragorn is the heir of Numenor's line.
Maybe he's just like, you're overstepping.
Or he's like, I think at best or at worst, he's like, dude, back it up. I'm the king.
Yeah.
You don't be telling the king what to do. But also, he could have been referencing it. I don't really remember. It's not exposed in the movie, but I don't know if it says it in the book, that he's aware of his lineage.
Right.
Because I think that was part of the mystery that got unlocked, too, throughout the books, is that who is Strider?
Which, actually, it is revealed almost immediately after.
Very soon.
I forgot his name. Jim.
Jambalaya.
No.
Jaragorn.
Forked tongue.
Oh, Grima.
Grima.
Yeah.
He actually, because he was saved by Aragorn, he runs off to
Isengard.
Isengard.
Oh,
I was going to say
Isengard. He went off to.
He went to Isengard to Saruman and meet him, telling him all these things, and he was like, who was there with him? Oh, Gandalf's a white now, white wizard, and kind of catching him up on what happened. And he's like, and there was a writer?
A ranger.
A ranger, yeah.
Yeah, a human.
A ranger. And then Saruman's like, kind of like interested, and he tells him he had this ring.
The ring. He recognizes the ring. So he's like, so you think Numenor's heir will be...
So Saruman knows exactly who he is.
He thinks Gandalf is plotting.
Right.
Which he is.
Finds it, yeah.
He did, yeah, okay. Good connection.
Yeah.
That was an important detail, and it's such a small scene. It happened very quickly.
So at that point, that's where I guess the whole audience who haven't read the books find out who he is.
Then they learn Aragorn, his true identity.
But I think Gandalf might have mentioned it early on too.
Gandalf knew from the jump who Aragorn was.
I think he mentioned it.
To Frodo.
To Aragorn.
Oh, that he knew
together.
Who he was.
Yeah, right before they ride off to Rohan, they're talking to each other.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I think he says something like that. I don't remember.
And that's when Aragorn found out who he was.
yeah. yeah, and that's how Aragorn. Wow, heir to Numenor.
So then, so the reason why that's a threat is because Aragorn, first of all, has a rightful claim on the throne of Gondor, which I'm gathering is pretty much the capital of Middle Earth.
I guess.
Of the cities of men. Gondor is like the city of men. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Gondor is the capital city of the kingdom of men
on
Middle Earth.
And being the true heir, he could, I guess, unionize all of the humans. Like they would all gather behind him, right?
Well, sure, yeah. Because up until then,
everyone would follow him.
He's like, the king of Gondor, the king of humanity, right? At that point, so that's the Return of the King premise. Right. But the other thing that's important is Anduril, the sword. So you remember
the broken sword in
Fellowship, in Rivendell. So the broken sword that you see first in Rivendell, right? It's in Elrond's house, and it's like on a big fancy platter with this statue holding it. remember, Boromir handles it, and he's like, nothing but a broken memory or broken heirloom or something, right? But he like slides it, and the blade cuts him. He's like, it's still sharp. Like, he's amazed after all these years.
Yeah.
So that sword was the sword that cut Sauron's finger off.
Right.
So that's important too, because Aragorn alone has the right to wield that sword.
Which that sword now is in Rohan, right? Because that's where he sees that broken sword. Or am I mixing it?
It sounds. I don't remember. It sounds mixed up. Because I feel
you know
like,
what? Maybe that's in Return of the King. Actually,
I think that happens in Return of the King because they bring him the shards.
they bring it to okay. So
to reforge it.
Scratch that.
I mean, he might have the shards on him. I don't really remember,
No, I
to be
don't
honest
think
with
so.
you. But I know that Elrond brings the sword to him
Right.
reforged.
Right.
Because elves made it originally, and
Right.
so elves are going to make it again, you know. And Aragorn also flexes after in this sequence. He, oh yeah, no, I'm getting ahead of it. So Theoden basically says we got to go to Helm's Deep. You know, they don't want him to go to Helm's Deep because it'd be more efficient and successful to go out on the field openly and fight them. Because right now, you know, they're not gathered. They can go and pick off the bands of orcs, and it's a better strategy. But Theoden's like, no, I don't want to get into a war. He's still like, you know, shaking the rust off. So he says, let's go to Helm's Deep, which is a very heavily fortified location, very far away. So now they're on the journey, and Grima's telling Saruman, he's like, hey, they're going to go to Helm's Deep. He's not going to stay there. I know this guy. He's going to take him to Helm's Deep. They're going to be slow. There's going to be women and children. And then Saruman's, all right, you know, he gets the goblin captain or whatever, and he says, send out your warg riders, which is big, giant dog monsters, you know, with orcs on them.
Yeah.
And they roll out to
Right.
try and, like, clip the caravan as it's making its way to Helm's Deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, during this moment, while all this is happening, Merry and Pippin is being taken by Treebeard to like a council.
Well, first he's taken to a safe place because Gandalf said take him somewhere, keep him safe. And so Treebeard's like, all right, I'm going to take you as deep into Fangorn as I can.
And he is talking very slowly.
Not quite like somebody from another movie. But yeah, so the Treebeard's Tree's speech is very slow.
Entish.
And booming. Yeah. Entish. It's deliberate.
He even mentions it.
And he's telling him poetry.
Yeah.
He's reading poems to him.
Yeah. And then these guys are just sleeping.
Like knocking out.
Yeah, and they have like the best sleep ever. And then he lays them down.
He lays them down in the woods.
And they're just like,
And he's like, I have to go take care of something. And yeah, he's going to call an Intmoot.
Intmoot, which is like a council.
Yeah, to decide what they are.
Oh, yeah. To decide what the
original
hobbits are.
Again, so we've got so much happening. I love this too. I didn't even realize this until just telling you. So we have all these sequences where there's so much action and so much going on. And it's just very packed with stuff, and it's happening so fast.
Yeah.
And then meanwhile, the whole Treebeard sequence is him getting them. Remember, we first see Treebeard. He grabs Merry and Pippin as he's squishing the orc with his foot and storming off into the woods and talking to them about what they are.
Yeah.
And then every shot cutting back is Treebeard taking the hobbits into the forest so that he can deposit them somewhere safe and then go get all the trees together, all the Ents together for the Entmoot, the council events, so they can have a discussion to figure out what Merry and Pippin are.
Yeah, exactly. Just to see what they are. And they even asked, like, where are the female Ents?
Oh yeah, what about the Ent? Why are there no Ent children? He's like, we lost the Ent wives.
They lost them, and then they're like,
Pippin's
oh, I'm so sorry that they died or something like that. And he's like, no, they didn't die. We just lost them.
We can't find them, man. It's tough. Yeah. And you buy it totally. You're like, oh yeah, like, of course that's what happened.
And then he's like, do you have any Ent wives in the Shire? Yeah. Have you guys seen it? Pippin's like, not that I've seen. He's like, I don't know.
Do you have any Ent wives? Not on me, man.
Yeah.
Be a lot cooler if you did.
And he's like, what do they look like? He's like,
I don't remember. It's been so long, I don't remember.
Probably what they look like.
They probably look like trees.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the council is funny too because they're going at it and it's taken a while.
So these guys are dancing and they're speaking Entish and Mary's like, what's taking so long? Hurry up. And he's like, well, Ents don't speak a lot, and when they do, there's like something really important to say. They take their time saying it, and it's very slow. And he goes back to speaking Entish with the council, and it's like nighttime at this point.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, we've agreed. He falls asleep. And Mary's like, agreed on what? He's like, great, agreed on what? He's like, well, we agreed you aren't orcs.
Yeah.
Oh, no,
Before
actually,
that,
not even yet. He's like, we just said good morning.
He's like, so what did you decide? It is like, oh, we just got done saying good morning. Like, we're just saying hello. We're saying our names now.
It took all day.
It took several days just to say their names.
And Mary is actually feeling very like...
He's getting angry, bro.
He's getting angry. He's losing like patience, but also like feeling... There's a sense of urgency.
Yeah.
He's like, come on, I need you guys.
What are you guys doing? We're wasting time. Yeah. And the answer, just by nature, obviously, their trees come to life. It makes perfect sense for them to be agonizingly slow with literally everything they do.
Yeah.
And then Mary basically ends up kind of hooking things up. Or no, it was Pippin.
No. So Mary's like, no, we need you. And then the ants were like, no, we decided this is not our war.
Yeah.
And Mary's like, but aren't you a part of this world?
Yeah. You're a part of this world. Yeah.
And then they kind of like, look.
Nah.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, nah, we're taking you to the north side of the Fanghorn. To the west side of the Fanghorn.
Oh, you're getting close to the Shire.
To the Shire. They're walking. And then Pippin's like, Treeberry, turn around, take us south.
Yeah.
We're going to go.
But he was like, but that would lead you near Isengard.
And he's like, exactly where they're not going to be looking. Mm-hmm. And then he says, the closer we are to danger, the further we are from harm.
I mean, facts.
And Treebeard says, that doesn't make sense to me.
But then again,
you are very small.
You are very small, so you might be right. That is a good one. And that one's also been making the rounds on the internet too.
Has it?
Yeah. So it's like when my wife tries to convince me of something or whatever, and it's like the husband being the Treebeard and then the wife obviously, like, but you are very small, so maybe you're right.
So let's cut back to the troop facing the dogs, the orc dogs.
Oh, the wargs.
And
okay.
The wargs and being sent by Isengard.
Yeah.
They fight them. Mm-hmm. Pretty much it's just a battle.
It's a big one. Yeah. Well, so they're on a cliffside.
A cliffside.
They're adjacent to a cliff.
Ooh.
There's the first one.
So they're adjacent to a cliff. I mean, just to cut it short, it's just an awesome battle.
Yeah, it's a scrap. They get it done.
But Aragorn actually gets caught onto what are they called? Wargs?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it goes over the cliff and his foot gets tangled up in like a strap or something, and then it just yanks him off. And
one of the last like orcs that have life in them.
They saw him go down.
They question him, and he's like, "What happened to somebody, or I don't know, my friend or something?" He's like, "Ha ha ha! He fell off the cliff."
Yeah. He's
happy. He saw him fall off, and then but. On the bottom of the cliff, it's like a river, so...
A super fast, gnarly, scary-looking river, yeah.
This point, I also got a little, like, negative point towards.
Like you think it was a silly...
No.
Crummy sequence?
No, there's too much almost dead and coming back.
Oh, I see what you mean, yeah.
It starts off with Gandalf coming back, which is fine.
Yeah.
That was a great, like a big one, a great entrance.
Yeah.
Then Aragorn, then everybody almost dies or thinks someone's dead and comes back.
Okay,
and it's
I see
just
what
like,
you mean. We already got catfished by Frodo twice in the first movie.
Exactly. Yeah. And it just doesn't feel authentic almost. It almost feels like it was written to make it seem more exciting or more, I don't know.
So like I have a commentary on that specifically from the point of view of the books. So part of the reason why that feels that way, in my opinion, is because the pacing is not correct for those sequences, because those events happen in the books, but they happen so far apart that by the time you get to the next almost, and it also plays out a lot more naturally too. Like Aragorn's near-death experience was not exactly that way.
Yeah.
But I mean, again, there's going to be some tweaks for the screen. It wouldn't have been adaptable otherwise. There's some concessions had to be made. And I think partly too, the first time around, it probably doesn't feel as fatiguing, maybe, But I agree with you. It's like a little, like in a movie, maybe one near-death experience for a main character is tolerable, but the more brushes we have,
It seems insignificant.
it's almost like, okay, well, they're just going to get out of it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know
it's
they're
just
not
plot
gonna,
armor. Yeah.
So it's like, they're not
yeah.
going to die, so what's the point of showing me the almost death? But also it sets up the Eowyn infatuation more.
Right,
'Cause
right.
she
So,
thinks
so
he-
Eowyn, Theoden's niece, is already looking at Aragorn googly-eyed.
Well, because he had tamed the horse with his Elvish.
Right? She was like, "Whoa, now
Ooh.
that's a man."
He speaks Elvish.
yeah. Oh,
Nice.
yeah. That's
and he
true.
can talk
yeah.
to horses.
Different language.
He's
yeah.
cool.
That's
Yeah.
like
She's got the
a
Google
romantic
eyes.
language. That's
Yeah.
like Italian or French.
French, yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Elves.
You parlez-vous français?
Can we come back to our friends at the Black Gate?
Please do.
So, Gollum actually leads Frodo and Sam to the Black Gate, and
Straight up to it.
and they're literally right there. Which I also have another thing, a critique about this is they see like the human army, right? Was it humans?
Yeah, the Easterlings.
So the Easterlings, at this point, humans, some humans sided with Saruman and Mordor and Sauron.
Yeah.
Excuse me. And they're marching into the Black Gate. And Sam was like, this is our chance. Or he's actually leaning over a rock and almost like, hey, this is our chance. But Sam falls. Some dust settles up over the little like hill that they're on. Soldiers come back, or two soldiers come and check it out. Frodo goes to Sam and covers him with his cloak.
Yeah.
And it looks like a rock. So they're just like looking around and they don't see nothing. They're like, huh, I guess that's it.
Yeah.
They're literally at their footstep. They go back. Frodo gets Sam out. And then Gollum saves Frodo from running into the Black Gate that's open, the front gate. He's like, no, it's
They
too
catch you,
dangerous.
they find
You're going
you,
to
they
take
catch
it to
you,
him. The ring is calling him.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't, like, you don't know what his intentions are at this point. It's clear Gollum doesn't want Sauron to have the ring.
Yeah.
He also wants to have the ring.
100%.
So you don't know why he's bringing Frodo back. So it's a little like, And even Sam questions it. He's like, Gollum says there's another way around.
Yeah. A secret way.
A secret way, yeah.
A secret
and
way.
Sam doesn't believe him. He's very like
Nobody
questioning
knows
him.
it, man. Only I know.
Yeah.
Only I know about it.
Trust me, bro.
Trust me, bro. I'm not capping right now.
There wasn't this. I think this should have been more of a sense of we were almost there and we lost it.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I didn't feel that.
Yeah.
I would have liked it more. I would have taken out Aragorn's near-death experience or feelings, like emotional, like riding towards that, or like that part of the movie towards that, to like focus on this a little bit.
I see what you mean.
Because that's the whole mission. Their whole mission is to get to Mordor,
Yeah.
and they were literally there.
I mean, in Smeagol's
And they have to
defense,
go way back.
it really does make a lot more sense, though, than just running off into the front door. And I think even Sam is like, yeah, we probably shouldn't, but at the same time, this is really sketchy.
But they, like Frodo and Sam should have been more like we were right here. Now we have to go around. Now we
I
have
see
to
what you
take
mean.
2 steps back. We're literally almost here.
It's like a wasted opportunity for a moment.
They seemed okay with
They
it.
couldn't have accentuated it more.
Right.
Yeah, or they could have accentuated it
Or
more.
talked about it later on.
Yeah.
Well, you know, a spoiler review or spoiler alert for like a spoiler review. This is a spoiler review.
It is
We're
a spoiler
literally-
review, yeah.
We're going through all of it, all the spoilers. They could have mentioned it, or like we were almost there.
Yeah.
We were so close, but they get far
Yeah.
back away. All right.
I mean, they could have also been like, why didn't Bilbo destroy the dang ring when he had the chance?
That too.
Because Bilbo was near. He was Mordor adjacent when he
That
found
too. Frodo's also like falling into the darkness of the ring more and more.
it. Yeah. Yeah, it's
And
getting him.
He snaps at Sam.
He's being corrupted.
Sam says, you know, it's a heavy burden. I can help you out with
Oh,
it.
yeah. Share the load.
And Frodo snaps at him.
Yeah.
It's mine to bear.
Yeah. My own.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Sam. I don't know why I said that. You just make me so angry sometimes.
He's like, Frodo's also very, like, there's also this uncomfortable, maybe that's something telling about me, but there is an uncomfortable, like, staring that they have with each other.
What do you mean? Like how they look into each other's eyes?
Yeah, like, Sam, Like, well, when Sam's talking about, you think they're gonna write songs and stories about us, Mr. Frodo?
Like, oh, Sam.
Yeah.
My darling, sweet Sam.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I
You're
know
gonna
that
write about Frodo the Courageous, or the courage of Frodo. Or how about Sam the
I want to
Brave?
hear more about Sam.
And they're looking at each other.
I want to hear more about
And
Sam.
I'm like, I can't even look at the screen at this point. I'm like, come on, guys, what are you doing? Get out of here.
Are you saying they were playing gay chicken?
I'm saying I was uncomfortable with how they were just staring at it. And these big blue eyes, Mr. Frodo.
I think,
why are you looking at me that way?
I think the intention was obviously to accentuate their very deep and powerful bond. You know, like because the whole thing, like.
But as a guy,
what made
I'm
I understand.
Is Aragorn looking at Legolas like that?
Like if he had leaned over and put his hand on his thigh, just be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
I need to tell you that you're
Holding
the best."
him,
Like,
yeah.
they're like cuddling up, you know. But at the same time, you know, I think it's possible to feel those powerful feelings, you know.
Yeah.
Oh man, go ahead, I'll carry it. So you're able to feel these powerful feelings, you know, of
Very
like
awkward, but-
friendship, you know, and yeah, for guys, it is kind of a weird thing sometimes, you know. We have to show our bonding with macho and tough kind of things, like,
Well, you know what it
hey,
is?
you're my bro, and just chuck you on the shoulder.
Well,
or
you know what it
something.
is? It's a guy hug
Oh yeah.
versus a hobbit hug. I think they're doing some rubs. They're squeezing tight, like get tighter, nuzzling in the neck, and it's fine. Right?
Okay.
They might grab onto the cloak a little bit, and but it's not gay.
Well,
But
also
it is
think of the
very
situation they're in
uncomfortable.
too.
Yeah.
You know, they're literally the farthest away from home either of them have ever been, and it's by a lot.
They
like,
only have each other.
Not only have they seen many different countries and peoples, and now they're in a place with nothing. There's no animals.
And Frodo is starting to think that there's no return for him.
Yeah, he's thinking it's a one-way trip.
Yeah, exactly.
So in his mind, he's going to his death.
So
Sam is like, "No, we're going back."
and it's actually mentioned.
Yeah.
Sam, nothing brings you down, or what is it?
Nothing dampens your spirits.
Nothing
or-
dampens
yeah.
your spirits, and then he's like, that rain might, or something like that, right? So
Yeah.
like, there's like a little bit of rain, or I don't
Oh,
know,
it was a lot actually.
weather.
They were huddled in their cloaks overnight trying to sleep through it. This sucks, Mr. Frodo.
Yeah,
No, yeah, but he is really cheerful and optimistic the whole time because he believes that they're going to make it there and back.
which Frodo needs it.
Yeah.
Rewind, when Gandalf meets the troop, he thinks Frodo's on his own. So now, like, all our hopes are on one Hobbit. And he's all alone. And then Aragorn tells him, well, he's not alone. Sam is with him. And and then Gandalf
he
looks
smiles,
at
yeah.
Aragorn and smiles, and he says, "Good."
Oh, good. Yeah. Well, because he knows like their bond, their friendship is what's going to be left. When they run out of water, food,
Yeah.
everything else, they're going to have each other.
And they do.
And they do.
They start getting low. Yeah.
Yeah.
They start getting low on that
it gets
elvish
bad.
bread.
It gets bad, man.
Yeah.
The Lembas is almost well, because then Smeagol, like, you know, sets him up.
Yeah.
He sets up Sam.
When does this happen?
We're
Later
not
on.
there yet. We're not there
That's
yet.
next
Yeah.
movie.
So yeah, exactly. So we're circling the finish line here because we've saved the best, but we're not there yet though, right?
Yeah.
Like so, Smeagol tells him about the secret way. I believe it cuts back to the troop at some point.
Aragorn comes back, I think. I think he just comes back to Rohan and meets them.
Yeah.
And then that's when, what's her name? Was like, yeah, you're alive, and goes
Eowyn.
and hugs him. Eowyn.
Oh yeah, because they
It's too
got
close to
back and they're
Arwen.
like, there what happened to Aragorn? He fell, and then
Yeah.
everyone's like crying over him.
Yeah.
yeah, because she's like, oh, I was totally into that guy.
Yeah, and then he just comes back, and it's just like, all
And
right,
he shows
like-
up and it's all good, and she's like, oh, I missed you so much. I made you some crappy stew.
Yeah, so that whole love story thing, it's too short or it's too. I guess that needs to be longer.
Yeah.
For a movie.
Well, it doesn't make sense because she goes in one scene. You remember where she's like, you know, touching the sword, and he's like, "You have some skill with the blade." You know, they like go to duel slightly, and then she like breaks his, you know, like, and she's looking real mad. She's like real mean,
Yeah.
and she's like, "I don't need a man." You know,
Yeah,
she's
yeah,
projecting
back
this
off.
very masculine, like I'm a warrior energy, like you know, women
She wants
of
to
Rohan.
fight. She wants to go.
like-
She wanted to go with them to
I
fight.
think so, yeah.
Yeah.
And what she says, women of Rohan learned even those who don't carry the sword can still die by them. You know, ooh, so hard. You know,
Mm.
she goes from that to weeping and simping for Aragorn in such a schoolgirlish way.
Right.
it doesn't really make sense with her like warrior lady persona.
Yeah.
Like what are you trying to be?
And
Eowyn?
while that's going on, Aragorn realizes like what she's feeling and going through and towards him, but he's also having this like mental connection with Arwen.
Yeah, well, he never stopped loving her. Like that's his girl, man.
Right. And are
he's
they
got that
already
necklace,
on their
you know?
way to Elvish heaven?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, so Aragorn's talking to Arwen like in a dream or something. They're communicating somehow.
Some kind of elvish telepathy.
And then it cuts into Arwen and Elrond having a conversation.
Oh, it's a flashback.
Is it a flashback?
Yeah, it was a flashback.
Okay.
Because Aragorn's like reminiscing. He's remembering when basically
okay.
it almost plays out
remembering
like
the
he was
conversation.
asking Elrond for Arwen's hand or something, or Elrond was like confronting him.
That's
because
exactly what it
Arwen
is,
wanted to give up her immortality to be with Aragorn, and Elrond's like, listen, bro, you gotta tell her to snap
way
out
more
of it.
than like for you. You're gonna die early, and she's just gonna be brokenhearted and left alone here.
Yeah.
And he's trying to convince Aragorn, like, hey, like she's better off with the elves.
Yeah.
And Aragorn kind of agrees.
He's like, all right.
Yeah.
And that's when he tries to like refuse the necklace. You cannot give this to me. And yeah, it's like, because their whole love story is tough. Because he feels like deeply in some way that her loving him is actually harmful to her because of how much more special she is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tolkien and his wife.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't get it. So her
Well,
loving him makes what?
No. Aragorn's sense of duty concerning Arwen for her happiness because of how much he loves her.
Gotcha.
To the point of
Okay.
self-sacrifice because he believes that she is so much higher than him. You know.
Right.
He places her on this unbelievable pedestal and respects it, and then kind of like that's
She has to step down
She's got
from that pedestal to come to him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because she's like an angel
Right.
to him,
Right.
pretty much.
Yeah. Well, he's
a
half.
heavenly being.
He's half, right? Or something like that. He
Something
has
like that.
something
Maybe
in
an
there.
eighth.
And then we find out he's like 84,
80 something. Yeah, well, to try and get Eowyn to leave him alone, he's like, oh, I'm like 80 something. Like, I was with your father. Like,
she's
your father was a young man when I fought with him.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So she's like, that must make you like 60. And he's like, he's like 70. He's like 80s. I was like, what?
Yeah.
So he does have old blood.
Yeah. Well, then she says you are one of the Dunedain.
Dunedain.
They have long life. Cause
right.
I think because they have like elvish ancestry.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're human elves.
They're hybrid, but they're not full halves.
No.
No, they're like a piece.
Yeah, but that's enough.
Like a 16th.
That's enough.
Like it's a thimble of elvish blood.
Yeah.
But it's enough to give them like a few hundred years.
Right. And actually, Gandalf says he's lived 300 of man's life.
Yeah, 300 lifetimes.
So let's just say 80 times 300.
Okay, yeah.
Like 24,000 or something like that.
That's a goodly number.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of years, man.
So he's old.
Well, that's why
he's also the youngest of the wizards.
Right?
Something like that. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I believe that.
Well, he's younger than Sauron.
Yeah.
I mean Saruman.
Okay. Well, yeah, that's okay. Yeah, because Saruman came before.
Right.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. He was like the leader of the wizards.
He was like the king wizard.
Yeah. What else? Where are we at?
So
Rohan, they're getting ready.
They're making their way to Helm's Deep. We see all that happen. Pretty much the next. Well, okay, the next sequence that happens is Helm's Deep for the troop, but the sequence that happens for the hobbits is Faramir in Ithilien.
Oh, so the hobbits get caught.
Yeah.
By riders of. Wait, where are they? Are they from
Gondor?
They're from Gondor.
Yeah,
riders of Gondor.
Faramir is the captain of these riders. Faramir is Boromir's brother.
Yeah, we find out Faramir's Boromir's brother.
We don't know that.
That's actually
we don't know that then, but
5 times fast.
Find out Faramir's Boromir's brother.
That sounds cool.
That kind of
slaps.
That's a bar.
Yeah,
it slaps. So we find out that Faramir is Boromir's brother. Yeah, I can't get off it.
Yeah.
So
all right, how do
they get caught? So they're going. Smeagol's taking them his secret way, right? And they end up in like one of their sacred pools that the riders are keeping for whatever. It's a forest called Ithilien, which is an important and special place. To kind of sum it up, Smeagol is desperately hungry. He's been emaciated the entire movie and the previous one. So they're in this pool trying to catch some fish, and Sam and Mary get caught. But Smeagol...
Sam and Frodo.
Yeah, thank you. No.
Sam and Mary aren't together.
Yeah, you're right. Sam and Frodo. Sorry. So they get caught, but Gollum doesn't. Smeagol doesn't.
Right. Smeagol gets away, and and they start questioning.
Well,
Sam
they got
and Frodo.
Surprised.
Right.
And
yeah.
they captured him, and I don't think Gollum knew they were captured.
No, but he's a little quicker on his feet.
Oh, right, definitely.
Yeah.
So
he's been fasting, so he's aware. His senses are
he's
heightened.
sharp.
Yeah.
He's 100% right now. That's true. So yeah, and they're questioning them and asking like, "What's going on? What are you doing here?" And I think Frodo just like tells him straight up.
Well, at
some point, right?
He tells them that they were with the Fellowship and they got split up.
They were separated.
He doesn't tell them exactly what he has or anything like that. And then they ask about.
But he
Smeagol.
suspects something though.
So he suspects something.
Yeah.
He asks about Smeagol, and then Frodo's like, "It was just the two of us." And that's when that starts playing.
We can make it if we try. And they look into each other's eyes and say the "you and I" part.
Yeah, you and I.
Building castles in the sky.
So Faramir ends up capturing Gollum. I wonder if we're getting too detailed into this. Maybe. Faramir captures Gollum and starts torturing him. Like, he actually tells Frodo, like, help me capture him, because he wants to kill him, but Frodo's like, here, I'll help you capture him. They capture him. Gollum sees Master, and he feels betrayed.
That's important.
Because at this point, Smeagol rebuked Gollum.
Yeah, he split from Gollum. He's like, all right, no more Gollum. And he's like, all right, forget you.
And now he feels betrayed by his master because he got captured and he sees Master with him, and then, which is Frodo, and then Gollum returns.
Well, because the thing is, he had a bunch of archers just like ready to pop him, and Faramir's like, they wait for my command.
Yeah, just say the word.
So Frodo pleads, no, okay, please, like, because he doesn't want him to die.
Well, he was kind of testing him. He was like, hey, you said you weren't with this creature.
Yeah.
And
flushed him
we're
out.
going to kill him, so
pretty
just
much.
give me the word. Yeah, exactly.
So that happens.
And then he asked Gollum where he was leading him to. I guess he says
that's when Frodo gives it up. He said, "This creature is bound to my fate, or he is bound to me."
He's leading us to Mordor. Yeah.
Because we have to destroy the ring.
I am his master. He actually, for the first time, he claims that he's bound to me. I am his master. I'm wondering if he did that in a like act of trying to protect him.
I think he was trying to
mine,
keep him
my
alive.
property.
Yeah.
Don't.
He wanted to save him. He identified. So like Frodo kind of bonds in a way with Smeagol.
Yeah.
You know, because again, the ring poisoning, like both of them, they're going through the same kind of thing.
Similar type of beings.
And they're relative. They're cousins.
Yeah,
They're like cousin races. You
right.
know?
Yeah.
So he feels a lot, I think, of familiarity.
Yeah.
You know, with Smeagol.
Yeah.
And plus Frodo's a good dude. He doesn't want people to die. You know.
Yeah. It's true.
And so so that happens. They all get snatched up. Faramir's like, oh.
So Faramir says, so actually he says, so like, who's the Fellowship? And he describes everyone there. And then he describes the two humans that were there. It was Aragorn and Boromir. And then Faramir's like, huh? Boromir's my brother.
Yeah.
Well, if you were friends with him, then it would I guess hurt you to hear that he died. And then Frodo and Sam are like, what? He died? How? When?
Yeah.
And then he finds out.
It's like a flashback.
He finds, so it's a flashback. Faramir, like there's a flashback about how his dad chooses Boromir over Faramir and kind of like pushes Faramir aside.
Denethor is the steward, by the way. So Gondor has no king because Aragorn hasn't reclaimed the throne. But Denethor is of the line of the stewards who are basically running the kingdom pending a change of some kind. And Denethor's sons are Boromir and Faramir. And
he sent, so actually they get a letter for a fellowship, for a weapon that can turn the tide of the war.
So he sends Boromir.
And he realizes, oh, this is the ring. Boromir, go and bring the ring to me, my son. And he's like, no, I don't want to go. And Faramir's like, I'll go.
And Boromir's like, yeah, pick Faramir. He's great.
What was the dad's name?
Denethor.
And Denethor's like, no, I would never trust you with this type of, I guess, thing.
Yeah, with anything.
with anything.
I'll never trust you with anything.
Yeah. And so he sends Boromir. So now we find out that Boromir's whole mission was to bring the ring to Gondor, and which kind of explains why he looked at Frodo in a certain way. At first, we thought he was trying to like he was being like greedy and envious and trying to just steal it for himself. But now we know what the real.
It was probably both.
It was, yeah.
It was probably a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Because essentially what's happening here is he's being sent on a mission by his dad. And they kind of give you a little backstory. Like Boromir and Faramir have always had maybe a tenuous relationship, if you will.
Yeah.
Because Denethor clearly likes Boromir more.
Right.
But Boromir is like, that's not cool. Faramir's great too.
It's older brother, younger brother syndrome.
It's a lot like, you remember Stand By Me?
No.
You never saw it?
No.
Oh, we got to watch that and do a review.
Okay.
I won't spoil it. So basically, yeah. So
is that the one where they're like, you want to see a dead body?
Yeah.
Is it?
Actually, yeah. Yeah, that's one of the moments. Yeah. So because of this relationship and because of how the king is, Boromir's like, oh, fine, I got to go do this thing. You know, and he's loyal to the kingdom, and but also, you know, I mean, he's a real dude. So I think his motivation, yes, is to get the ring. Give Gondor the weapon of the enemy. Come on, you know. And then they all decide to go destroy it, and Boromir's possibly still thinking, yeah, but I could get that ring for Gondor still.
Yeah.
But also being close to it, just by default, I think makes you vulnerable.
Well, because it called him a little
and
bit,
it was
right?
like
He was hearing it, yeah.
You know, and so he was being tempted as well.
Yeah.
I think both things are true.
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 I agree.
Double true. True that.
So we figure out what Faramir's intentions are. Now it's to bring the ring back to his dad.
Yeah. Exactly.
And actually make a name for himself. And
time for Faramir to demonstrate his quality.
Right.
Because Denethor's like, you know,
it's a good point.
Demonstrate your quality. You suck.
And
You're terrible.
We actually circle back to that statement. Should we just flush out this story? Because I don't know where it cuts into now.
What do you mean? Well,
because I mean, they don't go straight to Gondor.
We pretty much have so. We're almost done with the hobbits.
I think.
Yeah, they're.
Sorry if I spit. I think during this, did I?
No.
Did I spit on you? Did I get you?
Probably.
All right, sorry.
No, we're good. I don't know. I don't know now. I don't know.
My bad.
I
got too excited.
Comical. No. Yeah. So.
I think this cut was actually. It might have gone to Treebeard, now going south.
Oh yeah.
South.
So because Pippin had said go near Isengard because when Treebeard arrives, he sees all the devastation.
It's just cut trees everywhere.
Brutal.
His face is like, I knew some of these. These
he starts
were my
getting
friends.
hot. Yeah, I knew these from Acorn.
They spoke. Yeah, from Acorns. Yeah, they spoke.
He knew them when they were babies.
Yeah, they spoke to me. They were friends. They were good people, good trees, pretty much.
Yeah.
And at that spot, it's all cut down. A little further on, you do see some trees kind of moving around. And then he gives out this yell, this war cry. And then Merry and Pippin are like, oh, what's going to happen?
Yeah.
And they see the trees. They're like, where are they going? Because the other trees in the distance are kind of like walking that. He says, they have their business with the orcs. Yeah. I have my business with Isengard. And then the other Ents come. For being slow guys, they were there immediately.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, once you get them stirred up, right? I think the Ents are like diesel engines, you know? It takes a while to crank it, but
once you're going,
man, they're going to go.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they mollywop Isengard, like just throwing giant boulders and...
So this excites Merry and Pippin because now there's actually a chance to fight back.
Yeah.
They wanted to get in the fight.
Well, Treebeard says the Ents are going to war.
The Ents are going to war.
Well, because after seeing the devastation, he makes up his mind right then and there, okay, the Ents are going to war.
Is he King Tree?
I think so. I mean, he's one of them.
Because he made the call and everyone listened.
He's one of them, definitely. I think Treebeard's like maybe the oldest.
They kind of respect him. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so another name for Treebeard is Fanghorn.
So it's the Forest of Fanghorn.
Well, Treebeard is Fanghorn. Like, it's called Fanghorn Forest for the oldest tree, which is Treebeard.
Oh. Okay, cool.
I might be making that up. Sometime. But I feel like I remember it so vividly, but now I'm like, but I don't remember exactly where I read that. But I think I remember it's Treebeard and Fanghorn are synonyms.
All right, cool.
But yeah, so he says that the Ents are going to war.
I think you're right, actually. That does sound familiar. He does have another name.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Fanghorn. And I think that's why, because he's the oldest tree.
Yeah, cool.
So he's like the OG of Fanghorn Forest. Like, Fanghorn started with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like when highways are named after like sheriffs and deputies and stuff. It's kind of like Fanghorn. This is Fanghorn Forest.
We
It's like
named
a
it after
dedication.
Treebeard?
Yeah, exactly.
This forest is dedicated to Treebeard. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right, so
yeah, they
it
crush
kind-
Isengard.
So all three stories kind of like are quick cuts to each other, like
Yeah.
as it builds up a battle. All of them, all the battles happen at once.
Yeah,
Well,
well,
which
so we get a taste of the Isengard fight, but then we also see Helm's Deep go down too.
Yeah.
So I think maybe Helm's Deep is next up in the sequence.
Okay, so the Ents surprise Isengard, and Saruman's like, "What? What's
And they're
happening?"
like crushing it. Yeah.
They're destroying them, like you said,
Yeah.
throwing.
They break the
boulders,
dam. They
yeah.
let the waters flow again.
Which there's a funny part, and I did not find it this time, but it might have been in the extended cut.
Is it
but
the tree?
There's a tree on fire, right?
Yeah, and he puts his head.
Yeah.
I would think that too. Yeah.
I remember when I first saw it, I was like, "What?" Look at that.
Yeah.
It looks so silly because he's just like, "Ah!"
Like the tree's on fire and he's running, and then he just shoves his head in the water. It's like, oh, but wouldn't you do that though?
Yeah.
For sure, you would do that. You're a tree. Your burning tree head is on fire, and you're gonna douse it, man, in the water. That's perfect. Yeah.
So it was funny.
And the orcs are fighting with axes and fire. When I first saw it, I was like, oh yeah, of course they're gonna fight it.
Yeah,
with
they're
axes
just
and fire.
chopping down
But
the
they would have
trees.
fought it with axes and fire anyway. Anybody would have been fought with axes.
But
and
it made
fire.
sense,
But
yeah.
nobody's getting shot with arrows.
Yeah. It
What do you
just
shoot
add
an
on.
arrow
Yeah.
for? Yeah, it's just going to make it stronger with more wood.
Yeah.
You're just adding more wood to them. Yeah. So.
Well, I guess let's just close it out. I guess
Okay.
we don't have to go in order of the movie.
Okay.
But this battle, they take down Isengard.
Yeah. They were successful.
What happens to Saruman and
So he's trapped in the tower, and I believe this scene was actually filmed for Return of the King, but it wasn't shown in the theatrical release. If I may be mistaken, I'm not 100% sure. But he's trapped in the tower, and Gandalf kind of approaches with the troop, and is like, "Come down and let's."
Oh, so they have
them
them. So the Ents have them
because they're like, "We have a wizard problem."
So the Ents have them trapped, and then the troop comes back. Okay, so
Yeah.
I guess that's that. But they kill all the orcs. They break the dam. It floods it.
Yeah.
Which helps them out a lot.
And it's just the trees are all there, the orcs are all dead,
They're doing so much damage.
and all the
Yeah,
forges
exactly.
are flooded. Everything
Yeah.
is
Merry and Pippin find some food
yeah,
and some
and some meat and pipeweed and
pipeweed. What was it called?
Old Toby.
Old Toby.
Or was it Longbottom Leaf?
Might be Longbottom Leaf, actually.
Yeah, Longbottom
It
Leaf.
was some pipeweed, and they're like, "Should we share with Treebeard?" And Mary's like, "No, this could be like related to him." And Pippin's like, "What?" It's like, could be his cousin or family member. He's like, and Pippin's like, keep this to ourselves or something. And then there's smoke coming out, like it cuts to outside of that room, and smoke's just coming out, and they're just laughing hysterically. And Treebeard goes
Having a good time.
and smells. He's like, and kind of looks in like what they're doing,
Yeah.
which is funny because
Yeah.
they're just
It is kind of amusing.
smoking weed.
It's like, what are you doing, man?
Yeah, they're just
Yeah.
hotboxing that room.
It was an amusing scene, yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Tolkien was interviewed about whether or not the pipeweed was like, like weed, like
Yeah.
marijuana weed. And his answers, I believe, were always kind of vaguely confirming that it's not marijuana. It's not like the marijuana of Middle Earth. It's more like, a pipe tobacco with, a relaxing and fragrant aroma. Like it's...
Well, tobacco gets you high, too.
I mean, tobacco will definitely,
get you,
nicotine
like,
will
it
get you a
gets
buzz.
head
He
change,
wasn't,
yeah.
I take the stance that I don't think Tolkien was putting drugs in his... But the thing is...
It is.
Saruman says, the halflings, your love of the halflings leaf has slowed your mind. Which, again, people are, see, it's weed. Well, okay, but also consider this. Nicotine and tobacco
drugs.
byproduct, it can also impair your mind.
Right.
Not in the same way.
Right.
But it can still kind of make you
It could be
sluggish
tobacco. It
to
does
think,
feel like tobacco. It looked like tobacco leaves.
I think it's something in between.
So in that barrel, it looked like tobacco leaves.
I think it's something in between.
It looked like something that makes you happy when you smoke
it's
it.
like
a little bit
a
more than
euphoric tobacco.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Maybe like a little bit of salvia or something.
But they call it a weed.
Pipeweed.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they call a lot of things weeds.
We
King's
don't
foil.
call it tobacco pipe weed.
I mean, we could. We could.
Yeah, this is pipe. Is
We
that
should
weed?
start
No,
doing
it's
it.
pipe weed.
It's pipe weed. Yeah. So there. Yeah. So that. I mean,
right.
that I think part of that is in Return of the King. So we've pretty much finished with Isengard. And then Helm's Deep. Faramir and crew, right?
So
let's
which one do you
wrap that
want to? Okay,
Let's wrap up Faramir.
This was pretty big too,
and because Helm's Deep is like, you know?
yeah. All right,
it's also the last thing that happens.
So Faramir and his group take Faramir. Mordor. There's some R's that they roll and some that they don't.
Can't roll
I
my
don't
R's.
get it.
I don't
so
get it
they
either.
they do Mordor.
Yeah. Well, because I think maybe because it's a
Different letter.
It's a proper name. It's kind of like an Italian person pronouncing spaghetti.
Right, but
So Gandalf is pronouncing it Mordor because he speaks
but the
that
first
language.
R in Mord is rolled and the second R is R. Mordor.
Well, yeah, that's probably the pronunciation. Well, you got to roll all the R's.
Yeah, Mordor. Yeah.
Mordor.
Yeah, and the D's too.
Both roll the D's, roll all of them. Roll your letters.
So Faramir takes Sam, Frodo, and Gollum to Gondor.
Yeah.
And there's almost like happiness. Hey, we brought so Faramir actually realizes that Frodo has the ring. They had the weapon that can change the tide of the war. And he takes it to, I guess, an agent of the steward or something like that. Somebody, right? Like a general or something. He's like, hey, take these guys to my dad. They have the weapon that's going to turn the tide. And he's like, oh.
Yeah.
If Pippin was there, he'd be like,
right.
very on the nose, Pippin.
Right. The weapon.
Yeah.
I gotcha.
And immediately Frodo's like already passing out. He's like, oh, they're coming.
Oh, yeah, because in Nazgul. That's Return of the King.
No, that's this one.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're in, like this, he's like, they're or they're here,
Oh, yeah,
or something like
yeah,
that. And Sam's like, are you okay, Mr. Frodo?
Yeah.
And
because the last thing that happens in Two Towers to do with that is when they've escaped Gondor and they're going back on the way to the secret place.
Well,
with,
no, they got
Smeagol.
released.
Or but the last thing that happens is they're making their way to that.
Right.
At the end of Two Towers.
Yes.
Okay.
So, I guess he looks up and he hears the squeal of what's his name?
The Nazgul.
The Nazgul.
Yeah, those are the beasts that the Wraiths ride on. The flying dragon-y type guys.
Right. So he sees the Wraith, the Black Rider, on the Nazgul.
Nazgul. Yeah.
Okay, Nazgul.
Nazcal.
I didn't get it when I was watching. I was like, I missed it. I don't want to rewind it, so I'm not gonna write it down. I was like, all right, whatever. We'll get there when we get there. Nazgul. It kind of called to him, and Frodo kind of, then like everyone's like scrambling.
He was like holding it up for it, right?
Yeah, and he grabs onto his ring, and then he walks up onto like a bridge where he's kind of just like giving himself to the Nazgul.
Yeah, he's holding the ring up for it to take.
Is he holding it up, or is he trying to put his finger on it? I think he was trying to put his finger on it. Right, he was either trying to give it to him.
I thought he was just holding it.
Give himself to him.
Yeah.
Put his finger on it, but something was close. No, he's trying to put his finger on it because Sam grabs him last second and takes his hand away.
Oh, okay.
And and then they stumble down the steps, and then really quick Frodo pulls his sword
pulls the heat on him.
And then Sam's like, Mr. Frodo,
don't you know you're Sam?
You're Sam. Yeah.
Don't you know you're Sam?
And then Frodo realizes, what have I done? What am I doing?
Yeah.
And then he gets really sad, and he starts like falling into those feelings of, I can't do this anymore. I think he actually says it like, I can't do this. Like, this is really hard. It's taking a hold of me. This ring is taking a hold of my life. And what else happens? I guess, they stab the Nazgul, right? They shoot him with something. I think an arrow or something like that, and then he flies away.
Yeah.
Because he's causing some damage there, and everyone's like, whoa, yeah!
Yeah.
So they survive that attack. And Sam does a speech. He's like, I don't know.
An inspiring speech of hope.
Yeah, you're learning to, like, they're like, we fight for good and all this stuff. There is still good in the world. It's not all bad.
Yeah.
And Frodo's like, okay, I hear you. And then Faramir hears that too. And then he decides to let him go. He's like,
oh, yeah.
And then Sam's like, you showed your quality today, Faramir. And Faramir's like, huh, nice. I'm a good person. Yeah.
That was a good moment.
Which he's actually going to get some repercussions later from his dad or something like that, right?
Oh, yeah, he's going to get whipped.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's going to get locked up again.
that happens. The three go, and then Golem and Smeagol are kind of like talking to themselves again, and
Gollum basically winning back control.
And then deciding to turn against the two masters.
Yeah, they're gonna
the sneaky hobbitses.
Yeah. Then at that point he's like, all right, well
Tricksy.
they tricked us. See, I told you. Gollum's like, I told you so. Like, Master lied to us.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I told you. See,
Yeah.
I told you that would happen. Idiot. Now come back to me. I'm in charge again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then
So they go to Minas Mongol?
Minas Morgul.
Morgul.
Yeah.
Minas Morgul. Morgul.
Morgul. I can't.
So they go to Minas
roll my R's.
Morgul. And I guess that's it for that story.
That ties up the line until Return of the King
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
All right, so then
Now
it's time for Helm's Deep.
Okay.
All right, so Helm's Deep, amazingly
Well, actually, hold on.
fortified.
Before you get started, there, because we don't know yet. We think it's just a 1v1. But what's Saruman's little henchman guy's name? Grima. He tells Saruman we would need like tens of thousands to get Helm's Deep or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
And then they look outside and he's like, yes, you're right. Or he said thousands and he was like tens of thousands, and then they look outside and he
see how
has a
massive
whole
the
army.
army is, yeah.
It's so huge. All right, so now we get into Helm's Deep.
And then, one of the things that you just reminded me of that I thought was cool was, they're like, how are they going to breach the defenses? Because
Right.
the wall,
yes.
the fortifications of Helm's Deep are incredible. And so part of the problem that the bad guys have is there's only one causeway leading up to a door that you would basically have to like super battering ram your way into. But in order to even get there, you're basically open season for archers and every other kind of siege weapon from within. It's like you're going to lose a lot of dudes just even getting close to it.
Right.
So Saruman is showing him, and Grima has like a torch. He's like, but how can fire undo stone? And he leans the torch over what is clearly a giant bowl of gunpowder.
Yeah.
And Saruman's like, moves his arm away, like back the fire off. Like he almost lit the whole gunpowder up, Like, come on, idiot. So then that shows like they made a bomb,
Yeah.
And so that bomb, they strapped it to a sapper, to an orc who's just gonna run. No, my bad. They make a ton of those bombs. They're all just like
Right, and then
and they pack.
They almost look like sticky bombs. They have like spikes on them.
There's like a
and you just get them
ravine
stuck.
that
Yeah.
it's.
Well, hold on. Are you starting the battle already?
Kind of.
Okay, so.
Go to the preparations.
Well, we don't need them, but they prepped up. Everyone's prepping up.
Well, yeah.
Women and children
and
go
you also
hiding.
get some interior shots of these. The different preparations that they're making, right?
Right.
So like Aragorn's trying to inspire the people to fight, and Legolas is telling them it's hopeless, and they're talking to each other in Elvish in front of everybody, which is super cute. And then Aragorn breaks character, he's like, then I shall die as one of them,
Yeah.
Because basically they all think this is a hopeless fight.
Right.
They're trapped there.
Legolas is like, what are we doing
This
here?
is
Let's just
stupid.
go,
Like they're
let's run.
trapped here, yeah. So they make a commitment to stay and fight, and Gimli and Legolas have this cool little. Well, it doesn't happen yet, but yeah. So everybody's getting ready.
Right.
And then so they all.
Gimli puts on some
mail, yeah.
some chainmail.
Chainmail.
And then he gets it stuck on his chest, and then once he gets it free, like drags on the
it's
floor.
like it's
too
a
long.
dress.
It's like a little tight on the
It's
chest.
a little tight across the chest. Yeah. And some comedy. But yeah, so they get ready for the fight, and then this is pretty much how it goes. The enemy combatants arrive in the middle of the night.
And they see this huge army coming up to their walls.
Yeah.
And
But in a
right
cool moment,
before-
right before that. So
They hear a horn,
super epic.
and
yeah.
they're like, "That's not an orc's horn." Who says it?
That's not an orc horn. That's no orc horn. It probably
Is it Legolas? Yeah, he's like, "That's no orc horn."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he might have recognized it.
Yeah.
And then a bunch of elves come.
Yeah.
Some
and it's
elf
this
archers,
really
yeah, some
epic,
warriors.
royal, regal music. And it's oh man.
I don't know his name.
I'm blanking on it too. I just had it, and because he is, I think it's Gil-galad.
Okay.
I might be wrong, but I think Gil-galad. It's either way the leader of this faction of elves who promised to support man, and it's like elves and men once fought
So Elrond
alongside each other.
Elrond send them.
Oh yeah, and he says we come to honor that allegiance.
Yeah.
So they show up to help.
Which is cool because it's last moment.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Still not enough.
Was sitting there, look. They pan across the parapets. Everybody's up in their defensive positions, ready for the onslaught. And you see like these elderly and children, and they're like, they don't look like they're ready to do this, you know? But then the elvish archer guys show up, and
then Gimli can't even see over the ledge.
He can't even see. Yeah, he's like,
what's going on out
What's
there?
going on? I can't see anything. Yeah.
And then Legolas was saying, shall I explain it to you, or shall I get a box?
Oh, yeah.
And I was like,
yeah.
He just found it amusing.
Oh, good one, Elf. That's right, I am short. So, go.
All right, and I guess that's just enough preparation. They start fighting. Well, one of the human archers from
the old guy. He starts the battle.
Accidentally fires because all the orcs are like, wow.
Oh, yeah, they show up and they stop. They're like banging their shields and yelling.
And then it's like, what? Even the orcs are like, they broke the rules.
Yeah.
What did he just do?
Yeah.
And then the king Uruk-hai was like, yeah, attack, with his little curve at the end. I never liked that sword. It looks like a hockey stick.
It's a khopesh.
A khopesh.
Yeah, it's like an Egyptian sword.
So you can grab.
It has a straight part here and then and it's like to the straightness to give it length, right? But this curve is so it kind of chops like an axe.
Yeah.
Because of the shape, I think.
Yeah.
And also it doesn't get stuck in things.
Oh, okay.
Right? Because it'll slide. I could be making it up. You never know with me.
But yeah, I never liked it. It looked like a hockey stick because this one wasn't curved. It's a straight like sword, and then at the end it has a little pika coming out.
I remember it differently.
Maybe you're right.
It could be a backwards kukri. But yeah, his sword does look kind of interesting. But they all charge, right? So the Uruk-hais, after watching the old guys smoke one of their front dudes,
this is what it is.
They that. Okay, no. Yeah, I don't know what I'm remembering, something else. But no, yeah, okay, I see what you mean. I wonder if that hook is just for multi-purpose, right? Like enemies wearing a helmet, you just
Could be. You could also go back, hit
people
spike
behind
somebody,
you.
yeah.
Spike, and get your sword stuck, and then you pull, and you're
exactly.
not holding it, so that would be funny.
So a huge battle starts. The orcs start scaling the walls. A lot of near-death stuff, a lot of Legolas, Gimli, and Aragorn jumping into the middle of a bunch of people, and it just explodes. Like all those orcs kind of just fall back, and like one person does that.
Yeah.
There was one moment that kind of takes me out of here too, and it kind of ages the film because you know what year it came out and what era.
Okay.
I don't know if you could, if you know what I'm talking about. Legolas does something, and you're like, oh, every movie was doing this at that time.
Was it the shield slide?
It was the shield slide. He skateboarded down the
He sure did. He sure did do that.
So he skateboarded down the steps. We got video now. We can actually act it out.
Oh, yeah. So I should get up on the rail here and just... So he's up on the shield like it's a skateboard.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's just shooting people like dead set. I'm like, no way would that happen.
Yeah, it was very Yabba Dabba Doo.
Yes.
Yeah.
Flintstones.
It was super Flintstone because it was like a nice smooth... Yeah.
So I was like, that's interesting. But it happened. They got creative in this one.
I mean...
They let the creative juices
it's not their
wild.
fault. It was amusing. Well, and then, just to speak on that, excuse me. So Gimli, I feel like Gimli was used as like comic relief most of the movie. Almost all the pratfalls and gags and one-liners were Gimli, either from Gimli or centered around Gimli somehow.
It's an easy joke.
So,
it's low-bearing fruit.
You're a dwarf, you're short, there's a lot of amusing things about your
fat,
people.
Short, smelly.
We can just crack on you all day. Like he's falling in the Fellowship, because of the bridge is like collapsing, or the stairs are collapsing, and grabbing his beard to save him. He's like, not the beard, Or like, nobody tosses a dwarf,
But there's some charming moments of Gimli in this movie. So there's a moment where they're breaching the walls. Aragorn and Gimli are together fighting, and they decide to sneak around the orcs and jump onto the bridge that they're on and kind of fight their way and protect that door.
Yeah.
Gimli and Aragorn look, and Aragorn says it's a long way. Gimli says, I can't make that jump, and
you're gonna have to toss me.
He thinks about it, yeah, and it's like it wasn't a joke, but it was like he's like, I have to swallow my pride because they're so proud.
Well, and he looked at him at the last minute, though. He's like, don't tell the elf.
Don't tell the elf.
Don't tell the elf.
And he's like, not a word, not a word. And then he just chucks him and then throws, and then all these orcs just kind of explode, which
I mean, Gimli's like a berserker, dude.
He cannonballed at one time.
It
He
just
cannonballed
launched in
into
and
the
he's,
orcs,
"Ah!"
and then they just kicked him into the water, and then Aragorn and everybody had to go
Yeah.
save him. There was moments where Aragorn was leading certain like sections of the warriors, and wherever he said to do warriors, yeah, wherever he said to go attack, they all did.
Yeah.
So I was like asking myself, is that the best decision to make to save one person or to continue the defense on the city?
Well, presumably the defense on the city was being handled, or maybe that one person was so vital to the success.
Maybe, I don't know,
everything, or maybe it was just, hey, you know what?
We're saving him no matter what.
That's it, man.
Yeah, and they save Gimli. He picks him up. He's like, comes out of the little river or creek or sewer. He's like, ah. Yeah. So he cannonballs. Aragorn kind of cannonballs a couple times, and then they both cannonball into orcs together. And Legolas is just and Gimli and Legolas have this count, kill count.
They're counting. They're like having a contest to see who can kill more.
Yeah.
And Legolas is like just creaming him. He's
Gimli's like,
that's 3. I got 17.
He's all 17. And he just starts like whacking orcs left and right. Like he goes fast.
At one point, he shoots an orc, takes the arrow out, and shoots another orc with it. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of like, they made archery very cool.
Oh, they made archery so cool.
Because Legolas was cool.
Legolas was really cool.
He was doing really, really unique things.
Sliding on shields.
Wielding
two knives.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was really cool. It's pretty cool.
That's cool. Any other significant moments?
Before the real big significant moment?
Oh, actually.
So the dynamite.
So the dynamite, which what you were talking about, there's this orc that is carrying the... Oh, no. The orcs place this...
Throughout the battle, they're placing all these big mines or bombs.
Yeah, they look like mines. Like
they look like underwater mines.
Yeah.
And so they're packing this... Grima's talking about there's only one vulnerability to Helm's Deep. It's a tiny,
sewer.
narrow, outlet for the water supply.
Right.
It's like a little ravine, right? So they're packing this thing with explosives. And then an Uruk is wielding a giant sparkler.
Just running.
Like
he's like beefed up.
Oh, he's super. He looks
yoked.
He looks almost like an Olympian.
He's yoked.
Like an Olympic athlete, and he's just shredded. And he's, and he's got the sparkly torch, right? And Aragorn's like, Legolas, shoot him! Shoot that one!
Legolas gets him in the torso.
And Legolas gets him in the shoulder.
He keeps running and does
torso,
nothing.
And,
and then he's like, keep going.
He
and
got
Legolas
him
just
on
shot
roids.
him a couple times. And he like stumbles, but then
at the last minute, he jumps for it. Yeah. He gets pelted with arrows, but he's so roided out that he's just like,
yeah.
And then he lands in all the mines, and then it blows a massive hole in the wall.
And then they just start storming in.
Yeah. Although we missed Grund. The battering ram.
Oh, yeah.
That happened too.
Yeah.
That happened before the dynamite.
Right.
Yeah, so they had a battering ram they called Grond. And it's like a big, it's got claws in the front and mouth, and it's like a wolf, and it's full of fire, and so they're going to...
And they're breaking through.
And they're doing that on the main gate while they're packing this other outlet with dynamite, with bombs. So they're kind of going at it from both fronts, right? And
they end up breaching.
Yeah, they breach. They smash the gate to smithereens. They smash the wall. They're getting in.
Right. The king says, "Fall back."
Oh no! So the bomb happened first, right? Because then they breached the inner gate with the battering ram.
Okay.
I think.
Oh yeah. So they got it. Yeah.
So the deeping wall is what that's called.
They're breaching the walls. They're breaching the gates. They
busted in.
They made it their way in, and then the king of Rohan, what's his name? Theoden, right? Theoden. He calls a retreat. Everyone falls back. And they meet
into the keep and the caves.
The caves where the women and children are.
All the kids they're in the caves, and then all the men are in the keep.
And Theoden is kind of like almost lost.
He's looking like he's like, oh, this is hopeless. I've doomed my people.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So he's almost disassociating from himself.
Yeah.
Aragorn's like, hey, is there another way out? Is there another way out? And they find out there's another way out.
Yeah.
And we did miss to mention what happens or like what he needed to look out for. But that's fine. I guess we could just mention.
Oh, that
it now,
happens at the end.
which would have been cool. No, but he mentions it way before anything happens. So Gandalf is no longer with the
Right.
troop. Gandalf splits from the troop before the battle even starts. He goes off to find. I guess he just goes off.
He's doing wizard
Yeah.
stuff.
He needed a break or something. So they're in the keep, and Aragorn's convincing Theoden, "Hey, ride with me."
Oh yeah, ride out and meet them one last time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we'll draw swords together and go out together. Theoden's like, "All right, cool."
Yeah, we'll make it such an end.
Yeah, exactly. And then he looks out the window and he sees like the sun coming up,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and he remembers Gandalf told him
Look to my coming on the
To the
third,
east or
the
something
morning
like
of
that?
the third day to the east.
to
yeah.
the east side on the dawn.
East
yeah,
side.
east side. Yeah, Gandalf was a east side. I don't know if I should say
He was
that,
an
but
east side.
Yeah. He was an east sider. He's like, all right, cool. We're gonna breach this door, and then
Well, everybody mounted up on horses.
they all mounted up on
Yeah,
horses.
and they rode out
Yeah.
to meet
Do the
them.
orcs fall back?
They do. They charge them back. Well, they charge them down. So when they bust out of the keep on the horses, they're like, and they just kind of
Okay.
steamroll all the
Yeah.
orcs on the way, just
Yeah.
slashing them here and to get down the ramp to go out into the battlefield.
Right.
Thinking, okay, we're riding out to our death, but
Right.
we're going to go down swinging.
But what
know?
they see is on the east side, on the little
east
hillside, is Gandalf
Sun's
the White.
coming up.
Sun's coming up. Gandalf the White,
Yeah.
and then the Riders of Rohan.
Yeah.
Where were they? Why was there so many Riders of Rohan? Why weren't they with Rohan, with Helm's Deep?
So Theoden banished them, only not really Theoden. It was Saruman controlling Theoden,
Oh,
doing
he
orders
banished
through
the
Grima.
warriors.
So he banished
Oh,
Éomer
all
and the
the
riders
fighters.
because those are like the elite army.
Gotcha.
He basically got rid of the best fighters and the ones because they were all loyal to Theoden and they didn't buy the ruse. They were like, because remember in the earlier Éomer like drops the helmet. Orcs, with the white orcs killed your son, bearing the white hand of Saruman.
Yeah.
because Saruman was their ally, and they didn't know that he had
Right.
betrayed him.
Yeah.
Éomer found it out, and Grima's like, "You see much, son of Éomer."
Oh yeah,
son
you
of
bring all
Éomer."
this like stress to Theoden.
Well, yeah.
You bring in
He
all
just
this, like-
immediately starts gaslighting and flipping the script. He said,
Yeah.
"Oh, why lay all these troubles on an already troubled brow? Your father goes weary of your malcontent.
Yeah,
your
yeah.
warmongering." And so, so that's why the decree was issued to kick Éomer and all the Rohirrim out of the kingdom. It's like,
Yeah.
you're banished from the lands of Rohan. So they were super far away because
Right.
they were banished by the king under penalty of
They
death.
met the troop
but they
early
were
on
still,
in the movie.
They
You
were
know it's
still
far.
100%. Right? And they were still hunting down packs of orcs and Uruk-hai.
Right.
So they were out there handling business.
Were they just doing that on their own?
Yeah.
They were just like, all right, we got nothing else to do. Let's start hunting.
Well, they're
some
still
Uruk-hai.
loyal to Rohan.
So just to protect them.
They were just trying to do the right thing.
Yeah,
Because
kill
they
the
knew,
bad
like,
guys.
well, somebody's got to kill these. I mean, everyone agrees orcs are evil. We got to put them down.
So while the fight was happening in preparation, Gandalf went off to get the Riders of Rohan.
That's why you needed Shadowfax.
That's why you need a
so you can make
Shadowfax
it to
be
them and
fat-
make it back fast enough.
Ah, good point. And he did, right? and he did make it right on time.
Yeah.
They
Exactly on the
started
time.
attacking right behind the orcs, and they started beating them up.
Oh, they mowed them down. Well, they all had spears.
They all had spears, so they started
Yeah.
beating them up. Orcs started retreating now.
Yeah,
at
they
this
were
point.
running.
So they all run into the forest where the trees are, and then all the riders are like, oh, they're going into the forest, so they kind of stopped. And then they see the trees all jump
The
them
trees
too,
just
and the
start
trees
jacking
just
them.
kill them. Yeah.
Yeah.
I assume.
It was
I don't
awesome.
know. Yeah. It was really cool.
Yeah, it was very cool. Well, especially because when Gandalf shows up, the light, like the sun is peeking over the hill, and you almost wonder, is that light coming from Gandalf or is it just the sun? It's like he's magnifying it, right?
There's
And
an
it
emphasis
flares
on
out
the light. Yeah.
and blasts all the enemy troops. They're like blinded.
I think
too bright.
he uses it too, right?
I think he
There's
focused
a
and
flash of
amplified
light.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So as they're riding down to meet the enemy army, they're all blinded, so
Yeah.
they can't anticipate the approach.
So, well, is that it?
Kind of.
Pretty much the whole movie. What happens?
So
afterwards?
the final charge happens. Good guys win. Rohan is reunited, right? And Helm's Deep was not utterly devastated. The women and children presumably are safe.
Right.
They won.
They won.
I mean,
They're just stacking the orcs' bodies.
Yeah, stacking them up, taking inventory.
But I don't know what like did they talk about what's
The
I guess Gandalf just says it's up to the Hobbit now.
Well, all
right?
all their hopes are pinned on Frodo now, and they're just trying to figure out how to deal with Sauron because basically, like, they realize in that meeting that they can't possibly get to Frodo and help him anymore that way.
Right.
So they have to help him a different way.
Which it explains it in the next movie, which we should just.
Did we miss the beacons of Gondor?
That's in the next movie, I think.
Yeah. Okay.
That's where all the torches, the lights start.
Oh, that's right. Where was Gondor? Where
Yeah,
was Gondor?
yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, I think that's the end.
Okay.
I don't remember anymore.
I guess overall review time now.
So yeah.
After we explained it, I don't know if you want to go first.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So for me, Two Towers is. I mean, I don't know if should I be looking at you guys?
That's
or
fine.
Looking at you guy?
Either or.
I mean, I've been looking at. Well, I keep peeking at the camera too. I can't help it.
That's fine. I keep looking at it.
I'll
looking
address
past
my review
it.
to the fans.
Yeah.
All right. So if you're listening and watching, thank you so much for listening to us ramble on about this movie and describing it. I have always placed Two Towers in kind of the back.
It's third place for me.
Yeah, I don't. So
Out of the three.
when I'm going to watch a Lord of the Rings movie again, I usually do Fellowship. It gets the most play in my house. My kids are pretty young, so Fellowship is kind of tame, at least for the first beginning parts. Or I'm playing Return of the King, which is just utterly epic and so much. It ties up literally all the threads. Yeah, Two Towers doesn't get a lot of rewatches from me because I feel like most of it is just getting us from Fellowship to Return of the King.
Yeah.
But also, I love the
It is a
Helm's
middle point,
Deep
yeah.
sequence, but I replayed it so much when I had it on DVD back in the day. Like, when I wanted to watch, I would just I would play strategy games with my best friend, or I would do other things, and to get, like, revved up for stuff, or like, hey, we're going to meet up and play this tonight, I would be watching the Helm's Deep sequence. Like, I would play the DVD, and I would skip to that sequence, because I just
Really?
loved
That's
the
what
whole
got you
thing.
amped up?
Like, watching that would just, yeah. I mean, a lot of it, I would, most of the exciting parts, I would just fast forward and skip to, like, the Ents declaring war on Isengard. Like, so there's
And now
so many
you're like,
moments.
yeah, now I'm ready.
But I've seen so many of, well, yeah, I mean, it would be like,
Interesting, yeah.
cool, you know? Like,
Yeah.
because here's an epic fight, here's an epic battle, good versus evil, it would stir me up. And, but I rewatched those scenes so much that now when I watch Two Towers, it's like, oh, I already know. But then I skip all the other stuff. There is a lot of
Filler.
story and
story building.
I don't want to call, story building,
World
character
building.
driving. Like we're developing and teasing out the relationships.
Yeah, because
and-
we get Rohan, we get Gondor, we get Helm's Deep, we get a lot of different places.
Fangorn.
So, yeah,
Minas
exactly. It's a
Morgul,
lot of world building.
Isengard,
Which
Ithilien.
I don't remember that one.
That was Faramir. That was Faramir's woods.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, that was the forest of Ithilien.
And we talked about this before. I mentioned this before. It's I've always had it on the back burner. Also, Two Towers always kind of gets skipped, and it's very forgettable for some reason.
Somehow.
Some of the scenes are really epic. What it tried to do with someone like the redemption stories, or almost like that was a close call, but then I got saved by this.
Yeah.
I think they were done better in Fellowship.
Yeah.
And I think it was a little too much of that in Two Towers, like too many close calls, where the stakes weren't as high anymore, or doesn't feel
Or it
as
wasn't
high.
really plausible.
Right,
You know,
yeah,
well,
yeah,
and then like Aragorn's supposed almost death was like a pratfall.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Oh, zoinks! My buckles are caught.
Yeah, Chris pratfall.
It was nice, nice. Yeah, Chris
But-
Pratfall.
It did have a sense of relief at the end. It did have a sense of resolution
Yeah, that's
up
true.
to that point.
But also, it was an ominous tone because the very last scene is the hobbits following Smeagol after Smeagol openly declares that he's going to trick them and lead them into death.
It was a darker movie than Fellowship.
Yeah,
It was a
definitely.
darher. Orcs like were emphasized on how like evil and bad they are.
Nasty, wicked
A little bit
things.
more Saruman in there, and then Theoden's like possession. We got a full understanding of Gollum, Smeagol, Darkseid. So very, it was like you mentioned, Fellowship is more kid friendly. Two Towers is a little bit dark.
Like the first 15 minutes, and then it gets really scary.
yeah, yeah. Well, just the Shire.
The Shire, and then
The Shire,
once you
and
leave
then-
the Shire, it's very upsetting.
It's a scary world.
It's an upsetting movie.
That's why the hobbits stay home.
They stay in the Shire.
They stay in the Shire.
where it's nice,
Yeah,
and there's food
exactly.
and beer.
And they're just happy and they just party and
Yeah, it's true.
yeah.
Get up the courage to ask Rosie Cotton for a dance. Yeah. Yeah, so I mean, if I'm rating it on a numbers scale, overall, recommend to people, rewatchability, it's coming in a solid like 7.5 for me.
I'm like right there with you. I'd be okay with 8.
It's an exceptionally well done movie.
It's still a great movie.
Cinematography, top notch. Pacing, excellent. Action sequences, wonderful.
I'm okay with 7.5.
But 7.5 just because
That's still great. That's still good.
I don't get as much out of it on repeat watches. And
It's and there's not so it's not a lot of bad acting. It's not a lot of
the Eowyn love
cheesy.
story thing kind of drags it down for me. a little.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Get that out of here.
Like
I'm
it doesn't
okay with cutting
it
that.
doesn't do anything.
It doesn't build anything.
It doesn't add, like, I don't
And it gets
care
cut
about
right away.
her feelings for Aragorn. And as soon as he tells her how old he is, it just kind of fizzles out.
Yeah.
And then she's
Then
like
she's
on
over
her
it.
own. But I feel like it was only a contrivance to drive her character development forward faster because, later on in Return of the King, she does some pretty awesome stuff.
Yeah. I don't remember. Actually, I'm excited to watch Return
That'll
of
be
the
cool.
King again.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'll be cool. I won't spoil that for you. Yet.
Because it's still a really good movie, I'm okay with others giving it 8, 8.5, but I think 7.5 is good. Solid.
Yeah. I wouldn't go any lower.
Well, let me ask you this. What would, out of all the movies out there, what would you give a 7 or a 6 just to compare?
Oh, okay. So another 6 or 7 movie, 7.5 movie. That's a good question. I'm thinking like, I know I mentioned it in our previous review video, but I think I'd give that score to Armageddon.
Armageddon, is that the asteroid that's coming to...
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. And Bruce Willis has to assemble a ragtag band. Exactly, and then it was a vehicle for Steve Tyler and Liv Tyler somehow.
Oh, yeah. And you can't escape her.
And I can't get away from Liv Tyler. But yeah, I think, well, and as soon as I said that, though, I don't think I would watch it again now either. I'm not really, like, I've been rewatching some movies. I don't think I could watch Armageddon again because I've already seen it to death. And it's like, even the jokes and the one-liners, they don't work for me anymore because some of them are very inappropriate or perverted or they're like sexual in nature. So, it's like when I did like it, it never got more than a 7.5 for me because it was like, I've seen it a lot. It's amusing, but it doesn't hold up to repeat viewing. That was my main gripe is like the more
Right.
I watch it, it's like, okay.
Right.
The jokes aren't making me laugh anymore.
Okay.
And the action sequences aren't believable at all.
So Two Towers is on par with Armageddon?
I feel like I shouldn't even say, no, that's wrong. You know what? I don't know if I can answer the question.
Yeah, it's hard, right?
Because, what do you compare it to?
Because, well,
Because compared to a regular movie, Two Towers is better than movies I would rate a 9.
Yeah, exactly.
So even though I've given it a 7.5, it's because it's within the context of the 3.
So it's a sub rating outside
I
of...
guess so.
It's within itself. So Lord of the Rings, I guess, series have its own rating system. And every movie in the Lord of the Rings trilogy is higher than most movies.
Yeah.
So they're just like, I guess if you put them in a bubble, that bubble is a 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Right? Probably a 10.
Yeah. 9.5.
Within that 10,
9.75.
now we can... Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Within that 10, now we can kind of like give a
More.
unbiased answer or like more of a critique, more
Well, yeah,
of a review.
so I guess
within
that's
the
what I
10.
was doing,
Within
yeah.
the 10.
Out of itself.
All right.
Out of themselves, yeah, 7.5.
Yeah.
For the Two Towers.
All right, cool.
Out of the 3.
I agree.
Yeah.
I was going to give it 7.5, 8, somewhere in between. I'm okay with
Yeah.
7.5.
Still a
Just-
great movie, but,
Still a great movie.
watching it was like homework.
Yeah.
A little bit. Because I knew I
it
couldn't
is
remember
homework.
a lot of detail. I mean, I saw you took notes.
I did take notes.
I was watching clips and trying, I started watching it a couple days ago with my wife, and, we just kind of like do that thing that most couples do when we fall asleep to a movie. I was really trying to stay up through it, but it just puts me to sleep.
I have to watch it on my phone. If
Yeah.
I watch it on the TV, I'm knocking out.
It's like, I'm good.
Yeah, because I'm on the couch, comfortable.
comfy, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I was watching it.
Still a great flick.
Yeah.
Probably going to see all of it again one day, but
Recommend it. Watch
Yeah,
it.
watch it.
Let
It's
us
great.
know
It's part of
if
the
we
series.
missed anything.
Yeah.
And if we missed any other key details,
yeah,
feel free to comment.
100%. Definitely.
All
Thanks,
right.
everybody.
I think that's it. Thanks.